What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jeremy Speaks, and I'm coming at y'all again today with another video. I'm getting tongue-tied. Ooh, child. Now listen, it's been a hell of a day. Now I was supposed to do this video at 9:30, then 9:55. Then I was gonna do it tomorrow, but I figured, I'm in the mood right now. I work from home in the morning. So, and then I gotta take my dog to work. So I ain't gotta like make the trek all the way, to the next city to go to work. So I figured we'll talk about some stuff, right? So, y'all, we are here to discuss what is going on in the Megan Thee Stallion case. Well, I would say the Tory Lanez against the state. Okay, that's what we're here to discuss. I knew you were coming after all of that. Of course I was. I couldn't just let that energy go. I just couldn't let that energy go. I felt the need to come on here and talk. Cause I feel like we're kind of getting a little bit too ahead of ourselves. A lot of us feel that Tory Lanez is won, Tory Lanez is off the hook, but baby, but the case ain't over yet. It's still other evidence to be explained, to have to go through, and I think Kelsey is officially done. Like, we're over this. That bitch gonna have to get ready to not get to she gonna be having a rip and run from the LAPD for the next 5 years, because they coming for that ass for perjury, because you knew you were lying. Oh God, come on, y'all. I went to sleep on it. And when I sleep and I clear my mind and I wake up the next morning and I think about things over, I'm sorry, y'all, I still believe Megan. I'm not saying that Megan told the truth about everything. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, it's way too much evidence against Tory Lanez to say that he did not do this. I'm sorry. Now, but like I told y'all, it's either two things that have happened. It's either Kelsey did it or Kelsey was paid. And I feel that Kelsey was paid. When that prosecution asks, did Tory pay for your lawyer? And this bitch gonna say she didn't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why my camera is sitting here, going, refocusing like that. Friend, I just found some info on like, do you want me to drop the link? Are we dropping the link? Is that what we're doing? Because I want to hear what you got to say. There is no evidence against Yori or other than Megan saying he powed her on IG Live. Okay, go through all of the evidence that's going to be admitted into trial tomorrow, that the jurors are going to have access to. Okay, let's go. Also, I'm about to drop the link as well, so we can have a healthy debate about this. And if you come up on here and I'm going through slides or I'm going through tweets, I cannot be talking while I'm doing it. Okay, we can both talk at the same time. And I don't feel like sitting up here and going through everything and then waiting to like bring y'all up here. I'd rather us just get to talking. Okay. What you got to be shy for? Can't nobody see you? All right, let me do this real quick. Let me pin the comment. Y'all, I've been listening to Trinity 5-7 all day. I don't know. I don't think y'all know how much I love Trinity 5-7. They're one of my favorite gospel groups of all time. Okay, let me get myself prepared for this. Okay, let me get myself prepared for this. That's my subconscious. All right, let's bring it. Let's bring these people up. How y'all doing?
Hey,
Hey,
I don't know. Can you hear me?
we can. I can't hear Monique
Okay.
though.
So I just want to say something real quick because, I'm about to go to bed. But I had heard that, okay, word on the street is that Kelsey is dating um the guy from 1501.
She ain't dating him. She's married to him.
Married to him. But this is the thing. I had heard she just bought a mansion that she's been renting out to Airbnb. Now, how'd she get that mansion?
Me no
How'd she get
know.
that mansion?
I'm not sure, but I know she
State is
didn't.
the
She did.
mansion in?
Who?
Huh?
What state is the mansion in?
I
We
don't
don't
even
know.
know.
Do you
If
know what
it's in
state the mansion
Texas,
is
you can
in?
get a mansion in Texas for like 600,000. It's not that big of a deal.
All right, but where she get the money from? Ain't no assistant. Come on now. Glorilla
Okay,
is paying
Monique, where your
$500 a
mansion
week.
at? Monique, where's the
I don't live
mansion?
in
When you gonna
Texas.
invite? When you gonna get it and go and invite me to Texas so I can stay there? So I can
I've
stay at our
already. I
house.
told
Listen,
you the other day that Kelsey came from a pretty
Kelsey
upper
did
middle
not come
class
from no
family.
motherfucking pretty.
no,
No,
no.
y'all, just the other motherfucking day, y'all was in here telling me that Kelsey came from the hood and she from the streets.
That wasn't me
You're
who
not
said
about
that.
to play these games with me.
That was not me.
That
That was the
was
people who
you.
were going based
That
on her
was
diss
you.
song.
That was you the first day. The
Hear
first
me. You
day.
the one who sat here and said I said something about hotties, and I never even heard about
But
hotties.
I
That
had
was
But
not
already
this
I
is
me.
had
my
already
thing,
recalled,
though.
I had already recalled that and I had already taken that away.
I'm sorry. Ain't no assistant getting that kind of money.
She
Bruh.
only became an assistant after Megan became famous.
Yes,
She
but what
But
was
owned
she
she doing?
bought the man.
But
She
businesses.
what was
brought the
she doing?
mansion after the incident,
But
though.
what was she doing before that?
Her husband works for 1501. What are you talking
What
about?
money is 1501 making? Who are their artists?
She just married that guy
Carl,
after the incident. Come on now. And she
You
got the
like you
mansion
I hope
after
you
the
know that
incident.
record labels make money from the artists.
well, they're making all of Megan's money according to her
Well,
because
no,
she
they're
going to
not
court with
because
them
they're
next
saying that
month.
Megan hasn't paid them at all, and they saying Megan owes them a lot of money.
And according to Megan, it's the exact opposite. So she lying again, or are they lying?
Or like what? But I'm saying if they make if you know if they're lying or if she's lying, regardless of the fact, they're not getting no money right now. So who are the artists? And ain't no artists that
Carl
you're making.
Crawford was a super major baseball player. He already has money. If he's paying out his employees, he
But
don't
you
need
like
1501 money. He already
you
has money.
can't
And
like
Jay Prince is funding them.
okay, but let's be real here. Let's be real here. You cannot keep funding out money without no revenue coming in. I'm sorry, Monet baby. I did not see you up
Look up
there.
a $600,000 house in Texas, and you'll be like, oh, okay.
Okay.
That's not a big deal.
Let's go to
But
Kelsey's.
she
Let's go
got
to
the
Kelsey.
she
I'm
got
just
the
saying you're making
mansion and
six
all of
hundred
that
thousand
after the
dollars,
fact.
almost $1 million sound like it's nothing. And I know that's damn well more than Kelsey
For a
ever had.
mortgage, it's
But this is my
not.
thing.
For a
This is my
mortgage,
thing. Why didn't she get the mansion before the incident? All of a sudden, she married to the guy after the incident and got the mansion after the incident. Who wired that money to
This
her?
house was not no $600,000, and I want to bet that. Do you want to bet right now that this house that I'm looking at is six
I
hundred
haven't
thousand
seen
dollars?
the house. I just said look up a
Okay,
six hundred thousand dollar
you
house.
came up in here making statements when you haven't did the research.
Put the house on the screen. It doesn't matter. She's married to someone who has money.
We don't know if this man has money.
Does
This house,
anybody know if they're
That you
legally
can't get that
married?
house for $1 million.
Does anybody know if they're legally married?
I don't know. They just said he was referred to her
does
husband in
this
court.
does this look like a $600,000 house to y'all?
No, I just said that. I said you can't even get that for $1 million.
Child.
And that's not in Texas.
That's the house.
This is the house.
Okay, now I'm gonna need them to pull up that wire transfer because somebody done sent her that money.
I think 1501 paid her. I don't think Tory paid her.
Child,
They hate Megan that
1501
much.
and Tory, you
1501 ain't
think
got
they
no
not
damn
cool?
money like that.
$1 million is not a lot of money to Carl Crawford.
Why you keep on saying that? How much money does Carl Crawford have?
Look up his net worth. That's not a lot. He's a
Net worth
baseball
is
player.
not
Evelyn
net
Lozada
worth
has a
is
baby
not
by
net
him.
They
net
wouldn't
worth
So
have
is
he's
to
not
worth a lot.
sue
mean
Meg if they
net
was
worth does
making that
not
kind
mean
of
how much
money.
money you have in the bank account. That's not what that means.
So you
1501
think
is
Tory
15
Lanez has more
15
money than Carl Crawford?
1501 itself 1501 itself is going to count as a part of his net worth. It does not mean liquid assets.
So you think Tory has $1 million before Carl Crawford?
And Monique, me and you we both graduated from business school. You know damn well your net worth does not mean that what you have in the bank.
Okay, Jeremy, I'm asking you, do you honestly think Carl Crawford has less money than Tory Lanez?
I don't know. I would probably
Oh my
say
God.
probably currently probably not.
I guarantee if you Google his net worth, it is going to be at least 10 times Tory Lanez's Googleable net worth.
But I'm
Let's
talking
just
about
say that's in real
who
life.
makes more. I'm talking about who makes more money a year.
You
That
think
the
Tory
net worth
Lanez?
that
Oh,
net
Jeremy,
worth
you
does
just said the
not
other day he
net
wasn't
worth
even
does
making
not
that
reflect
music.
how much money you make a year.
Oh my God. Okay.
If
Okay.
that's the case, Nicki Minaj has been making $80 million every year for the last 8 to 9 years, and her net worth is still $80 million,
I'm
or at least
saying, do you
100 million.
honestly think that Tory Lanez, it's more plausible that Carl Crawford and 1501, Jay Prince, all of them could pull together $1 million before Tory Lanez to pay it off?
Well, at least he hired her lawyer. He paid for her lawyer, or he paid for
And
that
yeah,
mansion. One or the other. I know somebody paid her to turn on Meg, and can't nobody
exactly.
tell
I
me
do
no
believe
different.
that. I believe they're protecting Kelsey though, but because I think Kelsey did it.
I don't think Kelsey did it.
I don't think
So they're
Kelsey
gonna.
did it. That lets me
Why
know
would she
that
risk
Tory might
her
have
own
paid for that
freedom?
mansion.
Why would she risk to not tell on Tory? Why would she be protecting Tory?
Because she got paid. That's what I believe.
I believe that too.
I
And I'm
believe she
tired of
got
you.
paid by
And I'm getting real sick and tired of you, Monique, acting like you cannot tell that this lady was paid off. You were
I
just
just
as
said I think she
you
was paid by 1501. I don't think she was paid by
why would
Tory
1501 pay this lady to lie?
because they hate Megan.
But you can't believe Tory wouldn't pay her to get off?
No, because she testified that he didn't, and it would be so easy to prove that Tory Lanez paid her.
But according to somebody that was at the case, they said that um when the state of California was asking her questions, she kept pleading the fifth. But then when Tory's attorneys was asking her questions, all of a sudden the amnesia went away.
That's only because she was downing Megan. But when they directly asked her, did Tory Lanez
That's not
pay
true.
you for this? She said, no, I did not receive. And she hasn't even
But
talked to
then she
Tory
said
since
the
July of
persecution. Then
2020.
she said the
Girl,
state of
I don't believe
California was
that.
pressuring her.
I need to see investigative FBI records of phone records for the last 2 years. I need to
That was
see
the
everything.
prosecution's job to subpoena that, and they failed.
That
No, they
doesn't you
didn't.
can't
They
you
supposed to be showing the text messages tomorrow.
Monet baby, it says that your device is not connected. I'm gonna kick you out. You can try to come back in. But like I was saying, like we need to see some of these records. I mean, they didn't know that Kelsey was gonna come here and act like she had sudden fucking amnesia. Now they have a reason to go and search her bank accounts. You have to have reason to do that.
Oh yeah, and they said they're
You
gonna get
just
to the
can't get
bottom
up
of
a
it
search
too.
warrant to just investigate somebody's bank accounts.
Yep.
But now it does seem that she's been tampered with, and on top of that, she got a fucking house that's over $1 million that we know she can't afford.
Child.
So yeah, we're gonna
Husband can afford
do
it.
this.
Her husband can afford it.
I heard tomorrow
I
they
don't know what
supposed to
her
be
husband can
playing the
afford.
audio.
I'm
Yeah,
not saying
they're
Carl
gonna try
Crawford.
to play the audio because
They're
of
not
her
gonna try. They
amnesia.
will be playing the audio tomorrow because the judge granted them the ability to play the whole
Yep.
80 minute
Yep.
clip.
Well, it doesn't matter at this point.
It kind of
It
does.
it doesn't matter at this point.
Y'all
She's
said,
already said she lied.
no matter what y'all said, no matter what y'all say, that jury already knows that Kelsey is not telling the truth.
And as
Right
long as they could
here, her
prove that she
testimony
was
today
paid
doesn't even
off,
make sense.
then
She's saying that she don't remember. Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember. It's not like she's saying the shit never happened. She ain't saying that. She didn't say this.
Meg gave the exact
She
same I
did
don't
not.
remember.
She did not say. She did not say. Tori did not shoot Megan. She did not say I did not see a gun. She did not say I did not see any of this. She's just saying I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember. I don't know.
But
I don't
then
know.
when
I
his
can't remember.
attorneys was asking the questions, all of a sudden she could remember.
Exactly.
And then they asked her, well, who is pressuring you? Are we
I'm saying
pressuring you? She's saying no. Like,
and if you
girl,
don't believe it, like, and it may not be admissible, they may not be able to count it as evidence, but you don't believe that jury is not going to listen to that full detailed 8-minute confession of testimony that lady did and not think about it. You crazy.
And guess what? It doesn't matter. It's still reasonable doubt. This is not how court works. You can't say, oh, but maybe. No, the maybe is he gets off. That's not how court
No,
works.
I don't think it's if it's enough reasonable doubt. Any
reasonable doubt.
every case has a little, every case has some type of doubt in there that the person
And the
could not have
defendants
done
get
it.
off. In this type of case, I'm sorry. He is not going to be found
Okay.
guilty. I'm sorry. That's not how
who
this is going to
Wi-Fi?
go
Who
down.
got cricket? Who
Okay.
Wi-Fi
What if it
cutting up?
does?
It's not though, Jeremy.
But what if
It's
it
the law.
does?
Like this isn't a
What if it
this is not a
does?
TV show. This is
What
the
if it
law.
does? That's what y'all acting like it is. Cause y'all up here like, but like, what if it does? What if he is guilty?
If it does, okay, Jeremy, if it does, then we'll, like, all these people that doubted Megan owe her an apology.
They're not gonna give her an apology. They're just gonna say the justice system did Tory Lanez so wrong.
I mean, me personally, I feel as though she is lying. So if she comes out that he is guilty, they find him guilty on all counts beyond reasonable doubt, then yeah, I'll apologize for considering her a liar. But I feel like there is doubt, and it's not a whole, but you don't need a whole bunch of reasonable doubt. You just need any reasonable.
But this is what I don't understand. Why people not dragging Kelsey for lying the same way I was dragging Meg for lying?
I feel the same way about Kelsey. I feel like Kelsey is a liar. I feel like they're all lying.
But why y'all not dragging her?
I think that's the worst.
I hate it when y'all do that. Y'all will sit here and drag Megan, and then when we bring it up to y'all be like, I think all of them are lying. But why you didn't say that in the beginning?
I said I think Kelsey actually pulled the trigger. I think that's the worst thing you can say.
That's when I said I think she's lying.
You don't just
but if you think she pulled the trigger,
it's
why
only
you
like
don't have
one
all
juror
that smoke
thinking that this man innocent, and the rest of them thinking that he's guilty.
No, I don't think he's innocent.
No, I'm talking to the comment section. That's going to end in a mistrial, meaning that they're going to have to come back and do this all over again. Now they want to do that. That's what I can't tell. But just because it's a mistrial don't mean that they're not going to follow up, because let's be like, y'all remember Bill Cosby had a mistrial in the beginning. They came right back months later and retried that ass, and he was found guilty.
As they should, but I don't think it's a matter of like innocence. For me, it's a matter of guilt or not guilty. And I think just given what's been presented so far, like if I was sitting in that jury, I wouldn't be able to find him guilty. Like just given my duties as a juror, and I've sat on a jury before. Like I've sat on a jury.
Ooh, cool.
If I was to sit on this jury and they asked me, okay, based on the evidence that you've seen, could you find this person guilty beyond all reasonable doubt? I wouldn't be able to do it. I can't speak for anybody else, but I personally wouldn't be able to do it because they have brought up doubt. Like, I don't know who shot her. Honestly, I don't know. I think it's hard to say who shot her. It could be Tori, it could be Kelsey.
So
the case is against Tori.
So the jurors will have access to the following evidence for the rest of this duration and the rest of the week after, as it's being presented. Kelsey's text message saying Tori shot Meg when she texted the guard that on the actual night that it happened. Tori's recorded an apologetic call to Kelsey after the shooting. Tori's apologetic text to Megan, the LAPD body cam and helicopter footage of Megan limping, of Megan bleeding, of all of these different things, and them seeing Kelsey, seeing her do all of this, by the way. Then the video footage of Megan in the actual hospital. Then on top of that, the 2 911 calls from the neighbor about the gunshots, the surveillance footage with audio of the gunfire from a home near the incident site,
Oh,
X-ray images of Megan's feet. Also, the jury saw images during the surgeon's testimony. All of this evidence, I do not think that Kelsey saying I don't know will outweigh
it's
all
not
of
gonna
that.
work.
None
Joy,
of this is
there's
new.
lookout in here, even with all of this evidence.
Every single thing I can shoot a hole through so easily. None of this is new information.
Like, based on what's been shown to us so far, what we know from the people inside the courtroom that's been shared with the jury, the defense has poked a hole in all of this. And
Right.
the law says beyond a reasonable doubt, not how much doubt it is, not 10% reasonable doubt, not 20%, beyond a sliver of reasonable doubt. And if I had to sit in that jury and they asked me to give a decision based off that, I would have to say not guilty because they have not the
I'm sorry, one of y'all is crackling. I don't know who it is.
Is it me?
Is it you? I can't tell. I don't know.
I don't know. Is it?
It is you. It's you, Shayla. I don't know if you are you doing something in your background?
No. Should I leave and come back?
Maybe, yeah, try to come back.
All right.
But anyway, like I was saying, I wouldn't be able to say beyond a reasonable doubt he did it because at this point they presented evidence. Like, I honestly feel like Kelsey could have did it too.
Why do you feel like Kelsey could have did it?
I feel like Kelsey could have did it because the fight that they had in the car is
How do you know they had a fight?
because Kelsey
Kelsey didn't say they had a fight.
yes, they did.
Kelsey
Okay,
did not say that.
Megan
not a
said
physical
they had
fight,
a
they
fight.
were arguing.
Like one of y'all argue. One of y'all kind of echoing. Kelsey did not say they had a fight.
Jeremy, she said that they had an argument. An argument is a fight. It's a form of a fight. It's just not a physical fight. But an argument is a fight. Kelsey said that they were all arguing in the car. And Megan also said that they were arguing. She didn't say that she included herself in the argument, but she said that an argument started because Tori blew up her spot and told Kelsey that they were fucking behind her back. And that's like
Kelsey said the fight when Kelsey said the fight, and from what it sounded like to me, and I'm talking to Lee in the comments, it said she said that he dragged her by her hair and punched her in the head.
Okay,
and go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you were going to say.
Sorry, it's your show, so I don't want to interrupt you. No, what I was saying was, an argument is some sort of fight. Just because neither of them said we had a physical fight, but they had an argument. And I feel like that argument that they had, the fact that both Tori's defense and Meg and Kelsey have all said Tori blew up the spot by telling Kelsey that we were fucking behind her back. That gives no, they all said that, Jeremy. I'm
talking to Lee. The fifth witness that you're talking about has been removed from the case because his recounts were unreliable and inconsistent.
When did that happen?
When? Because y'all are not reading the damn thing. So hold on, let me show you.
When did it happen? It must have been like within the last 3 to 4 hours. That the independent eyewitness, they said they're gonna play the audio from his 911 call, but they're not gonna show his police report testimony.
Who's the witness that's been kicked out?
Yeah,
I'm about to look it up for you.
Because from what I've read, the last couple witnesses that they have to testify are Corey Gamble, the neighbor that saw them physically fighting, and the cop who was the lead detective on the case. Those are the last 3 people, and possibly Kylie Jenner and possibly Tori. Those are the
Tori's
5.
not taking this.
Kylie Jenner is not.
I don't think Kylie's gonna show up, but Corey Gamble is for sure showing up.
Possibly.
No, he's for sure showing up.
Corey a real one. He gonna show up.
He's for sure showing up. Kylie is a maybe. So out of is there a 6th person that's supposed to testify? Who's the 6th person? Or has one of those 5 been kicked out?
And where is the driver? If anybody got paid off, it's the driver.
Yeah, they can't find the driver.
And of course they're gonna put the gun on him. So Tori's gonna get off on all 3 counts.
I don't believe that. Megan Kunif. I cannot find this bitch's Twitter page. Ain't her shit named Kunif or some shit? Kunif? Hold on, let me go to my likes. And you'll be raining in time. Wait, or am I thinking about Dennis Byron? I gotta start bookmarking these tweets.
I know, Jeremy. I know a juror was kicked out today, but I don't think a witness was kicked out. A juror was kicked out for drinking.
Who? When?
Early today, a juror was dismissed because they were drinking, like during, not in court, but like I guess during one of the lunch breaks, they got like either tipsy or drunk, and they were dismissed. One of the jurors was dismissed.
Stressed out. They had to put in an alternate.
So maybe you're thinking of that, but I haven't heard of a witness being dismissed.
I did. I did hear about a witness being removed because he was unreliable.
It could be.
Yes,
Maybe
the driver was tested for GSR malicious. The only person who wasn't tested for GSR was Megan.
Was it the detective that got dismissed? Because he's the one that has a domestic violence.
He's not dismissed.
Okay, so who's the witness that was dismissed?
It was a juror, not a witness.
But all I'm saying is, Jeremy, if I were sitting on that jury, if I had to look at the facts only, take my personal opinion out of it, which is what jurors are asked to do, take my personal opinion, my personal feelings, any sort of bias that I have out of it, and just look at the evidence. Like, the defense has poked holes in every single one of the prosecution's pieces of evidence. And the fact that the witnesses, Kelsey and Megan, are contradicting each other, that is reasonable doubt. Unfortunately, it is. And it was hard for me to accept too, because I was like, fuck, like, I hate this nigga. Not hate, because I don't know him to hate him, but I don't like him. He's been a menace. And he shouldn't be allowed to just roam free and like keep doing shit. Like, what he did to August was fucked up. He shouldn't be allowed to just put his hands on people or injure people. But sometimes you just have to take emotion out of it and just look at it logistically. And unfortunately, there's not enough to find him guilty. If they do, I'll eat crow. If they do, I'll eat crow and be like, hey, I was wrong.
Me too.
But there's just not enough right now. And mind you, this is only the prosecution's case. The defense hasn't even put on their case yet. The defense still has to put on their case.
They might just rest. They don't even need to put on the case, honestly. The prosecution botched this so bad.
All of these people that have been presented so far are all prosecution witnesses. They're not defense witnesses. The defense is just cross-examining them. So the defense hasn't even brought up their witnesses yet. So who knows, what their witnesses are going to say to cast even more doubt. So if he is found guilty, it's not a matter of saying he's innocent. Innocence and guilt are not the same thing. He probably he could have he might have shot her, but just like looking at the evidence, like, unfortunately, there's not enough to find him. I wouldn't if I was sitting on that jury.
And if you really honestly look at the evidence, you would see it's impossible that he did it.
I wouldn't say it's impossible that he did it. I just don't know that he for sure did it. There's 3 other people there. I think
the way she described it, I'll say, him actually standing up outside of the window shooting, that's not how that happened at all.
I just think there's motive. Like, both Tori and Kelsey have motive.
I'm trying to find where has people gotten this from? But people have been saying Tori's fans keep pushing the narrative that Kelsey and Megan had a physical fight. Loud and wrong. The eyewitness that made this statement to the police is now considered unreliable. His story has been all over the place. But I'm trying to figure out where they getting that from.
Yeah. Please.
Because the police report was taken that night. His statement was taken that night. That's the only time it's been taken. He hasn't been doing interviews or anything. That was it.
So neither of them have said, neither Tori neither Megan or Kelsey have said that a physical fight happened between them two. But they both said that an argument happened. And then the eyewitness, the person that lives in the neighborhood, he said he saw 2 women fighting each other. And that would actually make sense because they found Kelsey's acrylic nail in the street. And they had pictures of her with a ball patch in her head.
So,
but you don't think that could be from when she said Tori snatched her up?
It could. But neither of the prosecution's witnesses have said that some form of a physical fight happened. But the eyewitness said he saw 2 women. fist fight.
But I'm saying Kelsey's text messages say that he assaulted her.
Yeah, so the ball patch and the acrylic nail, her torn shirt, that could also be from him assaulting her, but she didn't say that on the stand. So
Yeah,
again,
she said, but she didn't say it did not happen.
True. She didn't say it did not happen, but this is what we mean, Jeremy. Reasonable doubt, like, and we know so much about the case because we've been following it for 2 years. But mind you, this is a jury sitting in a courtroom, just looking. A jury is tasked to just purely look at evidence presented by the prosecution, and they have to make a decision. Was the evidence that the prosecution presented me, is this beyond a reasonable doubt to find this person guilty? And I mean, no logical, unbiased juror would be able to look at this and say he's guilty.
Yeah, you got it right. Megan's nails and Kelsey's jewelry.
And I only know that because I've sat on a jury for a murder trial before.
They find him guilty or not guilty, can you say?
Oh, for the trial that I was on? Oh, he was guilty, for sure. They had DNA and everything. I don't think I'm allowed to say the case, but he was guilty.
You can't expose the case after you get done?
I mean, you can talk about it, but you're not supposed to what actually happened. It's like of a juror. I'm talk about it with their friends and family, but it's
okay. So it says, hold on. In his dueling opening statements, defense lawyer how do you say his last name?
Oh no, but he's
put it up on the screen.
Could we not fantasize over this nigga, please?
Sorry.
Okay.
You started it the other day. I didn't notice till you put his picture up with his
urge jurors to keep an open mind. He said no one beyond Megan reported hearing the dance bitch line. And he said a neighbor who purportedly witnessed some of the incident from a nearby balcony reported seeing a muzzle flash closest to the non-victim female. Prosecutors have said they won't be calling a neighbor because he gave conflicting statements, including saying at one point he was woken up by the sound of gunshots.
Okay, so that's a defense witness.
So he's going to be a defense witness. Of course, prosecution's not going to call him.
I thought he wasn't going to be called, period.
No. He's definitely going to be for the defense.
He's a defense. Oh, and it's Jesse.
I'm sorry, one of y'all are echoing kind of bad. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I did not see y'all in the waiting queue. My bad. I was in a whole nother window. I'm so sorry. Y'all good? Welcome, Sunflower and Lee.
Hey, Jeremy.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Okay, I think the echoing is you, King Monique. You might have to come back out and come back in.
The echoing could be like AirPods too. That's what
I've been muted the whole time.
No, I'm talking about when you weren't muted.
Like it might
I'm
be
echoing now.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's not me.
Okay. Anyway, hold on. Somebody is in the King on the panel. I'm so happy that you have gotten more comfortable talking to me, Monique, because it used to be me begging you to come on here before. It was getting pathetic.
When Tori is found innocent, I won't be coming back.
Oh my god.
Okay, bitch. You ain't welcome.
But okay,
back.
King Monique, innocence and guilt are not the same.
Not
thing.
guilty. I'm sorry. When he's found not guilty.
I don't think anybody in this situation is innocent.
Same. My bad. Yeah, when he gets his 3 not guilty verdicts is what I meant.
So what about if he does get a guilty verdict? Would you be back then?
Yes. And I'll be cash apping you $150.
$155.
Where you get the 5 from?
That's what it was always supposed to be, $155.
Okay, sure.
Okay. And on top of that, so you saying if he found not guilty on all counts,
I screenshot our bet the day that we made it, but it's whatever you want it to be. I'm confident.
So send me the screenshot real quick.
Okay, I can. I'm on my phone. I can exit out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna mute myself.
King Monique, I'm interested to know what about Tori makes you want to find him innocent?
I don't want to find him innocent.
Yes, you do.
I don't. I do, because I don't think he did it. But I have no emotional involvement in this case, and thank you for asking me, because I really don't. It's just that I've literally followed it since day one.
You were
And
calling Megan a lying
everything
ass bitch on Twitter the other day. You do
I
have
did,
emotional
because she is
involvement.
one.
She did lie. She is
She
lying.
is a
But he's a
LAB.
lying ass bitch too.
They all lying ass
They
bitches.
But why are you only calling Megan a lying ass bitch then?
You just, Jeremy, I just said he's a lying ass bitch too.
No, I'm talking about Monique on Twitter.
Because we would not be here if Megan was not trying to railroad this dude. Like, she's railroading him for no reason.
But Megan isn't on trial. He is. So that's
No. Megan, the charges were not brought against Tori until Megan got on live and said, "You shot me, Ninja. You shot me." Like, none of this would have happened unless she did that. And I think that Megan got pressured by the higher power. I do. But she's the one who folded under that pressure, and now she's gonna have to deal with it. Let me go find this screenshot, y'all.
Oh, and Jeremy, like somebody had said in the chat, I think it was yesterday, they were like, the prosecution is who brought the case up against Tory, not Meg, which is true. But prosecutors, like, they have motive to bring up like cases against like celebrities too. Like a big case like this could make or break a prosecutor's career. Like, if this case goes the way that the prosecution wants it to, like, they're all going to be on the news, on CNN, on every sort of major publication, giving interviews, probably paid interviews too. Like, prosecutors have incentive to bring up like charges against people if it's going to like further their career. So the prosecution bringing the case is not an indication of like they 100% have evidence or 100% know that he's going to be found guilty. Like, they have motive too.
Yeah, like for me, he's guilty. Whether he's found guilty or not, that's something different. That's the matter of court of law, right? But he's guilty all the way. I don't understand, or I don't understand, let me not say that. But I just think it's interesting for people who just don't really want him to be innocent when the facts are right in their faces. And I feel like I don't like people playing with my intelligence. And I know for a fact that that's what Tori's doing. He's using people's emotions to get like to create a perspective that's really not there. That man shot that woman. Whether he meant to do it, whether he was drunk, whether they lied, whether they fought at the end of the day, that's something totally different, right? Because if you got shot and you lived, there'll be hell on earth to pay. But for some reason, because it's Megan, and I'm not even a Megan fan, I'm not a fan of anyone, right? But for some reason, this woman, she brings some sort of reaction out of people that allows them to just step away from the basic facts or step away from the fact that she was shot. And all the extra stuff for me doesn't really matter. I feel like it's disgusting that this man can come and create so much chaos, playing everyone's face, and then he has the nerve to be short on top of it. It's just infuriating, right? And then like everyone talking about, if she lied that she slept with him, I would lie too. Like, I would have never told anyone but maybe Jesus that I slept with Tori. And I can't fault her for that because she is a rapper. She has an image to maintain. Nobody faults the men when they pretend to be single all the time and they're in the industry and, they have girlfriends and wives back home. No one faults them. So why are we sitting here just poking a hole at Meg? Now, do I think that Meg has always told the truth? I don't know. I can't say that. But I know, like, if it were me and I don't have my mom, I don't have my family, I don't have anyone, and I'm in the middle of the whole world where everyone's watching me and someone shot me and I just happen to live and the world is rooting for the guy who shot me, it would really tear me up inside, right? So that's the reason why, for me, I don't really want to play into his tactics. I don't even really want to go too far with Kelsey, but I would rather focus on Meg. And if any one of you got shot, you'd be pissed. If any one of you got shot, whether you lied, whether you slept around or not, you would want the person who shot you to at least be remorseful for it. And that's one thing that he hasn't shown. All he's done is just play games and be short. That's the end of it.
I mean, that's true. Like, Like I said, I don't think that anyone is 100% innocent in this entire thing. Like, obviously, a gun went off.
Well, I think Megan is innocent in this because she was the
I
one
don't
who was
think she's
shot.
innocent. No,
She's not innocent at all.
She's the victim in this.
What motive did Tory have to shoot Megan? Can I ask you guys that who believe that he shot her?
What motive did Tory have to assault August Alsina?
Because he didn't shake his hand. So what motive did Tory have not to shoot Megan?
So him
that was his motive. I'm asking you what his motive was to shoot Megan.
What about Megan disrespecting him? Kelsey has already said that they were arguing, and Megan was disrespecting his music.
But Megan said they weren't.
Megan did say that she was arguing, and she literally said that. What are you talking about?
Oh, she changed it to the so in Gayle King she said she was not in the argument.
On her first testimony, she only testified one day.
Oh, we're talking about what she said in court, not what she told Gayle King. Okay, I got mixed up. Okay, so
okay, just like you want us to remove everything that Kelsey said before she hit the courtroom, right?
No, I think
because you're talking about things that had nothing to do with the courtroom, right?
But I have a question, like for the
come on, it's double standards.
No, it's not. If I think Kelsey did it, Kelsey has every reason to lie from here to Sunday because I think she did it.
Why?
Because she had more motive. Because there's physical evidence. There's scientific evidence.
The motive that she had, Monique?
Wait, because Monique, they were arguing. Megan keeps taking her men. Both Megan, Tory, and that's the one thing they agree on is that Megan always backdoors Kelsey.
Wait. So Monique, what you're telling me is that you believe that Tory Leprechaun Lanes has.
Why do you keep insulting his height while we're talking about a legal case?
Because he shot a woman. I don't have any respect for him, but if that's a sensitive thing for you, we can move past that part.
It's not, but I mean, it just shows that you're emotional about it versus having logic.
But like, if she's emotional about it, it doesn't matter because you're not emotional about it, friend.
No, wait. I just want to ask you a question, Monique, and I'm being pretty serious. So if you're taking like the shots at Tory as something personal to you, please just not. It's not. But I want to know, right? If you think that Tory Lanez, based off of his history, like all that's going down and he was a calm and mature adult in the situation, like if you're telling me like Kelsey did it, right? You're telling me that you kind of believe that Tory handled everything with regarding the gun in a really rational and logical way. Is that what you're saying? And then maybe Kelsey didn't?
This is what I believe happened. I believe Tory started it. I believe because Tory was left at Kylie's house. Tory was ready to smash Kylie. Megan went back because she forgot her shoes. Kylie then put them out. Tory is pissed because he was ready to smash Kylie. So he's like, so what's the deal? Megan, he started it between Megan and Kelsey. Correct. That escalated into Megan and Kelsey arguing, also getting out of the car fighting. Megan got back into the car. Then I do believe that she got back out the car. I believe Kelsey was pissed. I think she picked up the weapon. I think she fired it. I think Tory tried to stop her. And that's how it got on both of them. That is my theory. That is what I believe. And I believe Kelsey got on the stand because she said she is trying to protect herself. Megan said she did not see Tory fire it. Kelsey says she is pleading the fifth and taking immunity to protect herself.
I'm saying, but I really don't like the fact that you continuously keep on leaving out small tidbits. She said that she did not shoot Megan. She said Jaquan.
Of course she did.
She said Jaquan didn't shoot Megan.
She also said Tory did not shoot Megan.
But she did not say Tory did not shoot Megan.
Yes, she did. She said she did not see Tory shoot. She said she heard gunshots.
Jeremy, she said that on the stand.
She said she did not see Tory shoot Megan, but she did not say Tory did not shoot Megan. She did not.
Megan also said she did not see Tory shoot Megan.
What?
Megan did say that. Both
Megan. I mean, you don't have. I'm tired of the emotion. We have to go on what was said on the stand. Even Megan said she didn't see it.
Going off what is said on the stand.
Jeremy.
No, Megan said she did not see him do it.
I didn't say about Megan. I'm talking about Kelsey because you were talking about Kelsey's part as well. You saying Kelsey said that she pleads the fifth. I said Kelsey did not say that. Kelsey said that I did not shoot her. but I don't know
That
who
was
did.
when Kelsey invoked her Fifth Amendment. They said, "Did you see Tory pow pow Megan?" She said, "I'd like to invoke my Fifth Amendment." They said, "Kelsey, you're not being charged with anything. You can answer the question." She said, "No, I'd like immunity." They said they had a sidebar. They said, "Okay, we'll give you use immunity." Her attorney said, "That's not good enough. We want transactional
She
immunity."
does not
They
have
said, "Okay, we're not
transactional.
going
She
to give
don't
her
have
that."
She
transactional
doesn't have
immunity.
it, but she does have use immunity. And Jeremy, like what Megan said was she didn't see she didn't see Tory shoot her like when he pulled the trigger or whatever. But when she turned her corner, she was walking away. When she turned her head slightly to the back, that's when she saw him with the gun in his hand.
I'm not arguing that fact. I'm not arguing that. All I'm saying was that we can't just leave out small tidbits on what Kelsey is saying, because she just saying, because if we had just left it at she just pleaded the fifth, that would have been one thing, but she did not. But that's not all of what she said. Kelsey, hold on. We can
But
pull up the.
Jeremy, do you see how all of this that you're like everything that you just said? Do you see how that could create confusion in a jury's mind?
It's not. I really don't think it's that confusing. I think the fact that other people are trying to exclude certain tidbits as we recounting what's happening in the courtroom, and then what's being portrayed to us is making stuff. But I am not confused.
The only thing that makes us think that Tory fired this is because Megan said Tory did it. But then she gets on the stand and says, "Well, I didn't see him do it." So you don't know
what about
that.
the
We
text
would never
message that
get
Kelsey?
that.
Or what about the text message that Kelsey sent saying that Tory did it?
Well, guess what? If I pow somebody, I would send a text message that said the next ninja did it too.
Okay, and if I pow somebody, I would blame it on the bitch who also has the gunpowder next to me, who is also trying to wrestle him with the gun,
which is what Kelsey did.
Well, actually, what Kelsey is doing is actually smart, and I think her lawyers are informing her to do this. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. That's why I came up, because it was too much to type down in the chat. I got a couple things to say, then I'm gonna drop back down. But for one, Kelsey, I believe when she talked to her lawyers and they told her she needed immunity and they did not agree to give her transactional immunity. That's why I was confused the other day, because I thought somebody said she had transactional immunity. So that's what confused me. But now that I know she had use immunity, I would have done the same thing. I'm not giving y'all a full testimony, because with use immunity, I've seen them not use what you say on the stand, but take what you say on the stand and try to find other stuff, a different back door. And the lawyers, if they're smart, and I wasn't even never a lawyer, the lawyers are smart. They told her, don't answer, don't say this, don't say that, and answer this, but don't lie. Whatever you do, don't lie. And that's why she's answering the way she's answering. And by them not giving her transactional immunity, they tank their case. But they will not give her transactional immunity. And this is something that I said a while ago, because they don't know if she did it or Tory did it either, because of all the statements they have. And they really don't have anybody saying, I actually saw him shoot the gun. And in court, that matters. So the prosecutors are like, we're not giving you immunity. Then you jump up there and say, yeah, I grabbed the gun for him and I shot her, because that's possible. Because she says he had a gun, but I didn't see him use it. So what I believe that last charge is the fact that they're going to get him on that, the unlawful having a gun or whatever that charge is, that last little charge, which is a probational offense. I believe they're going to catch him on that because she saw him with the gun. And I believe somebody else said something about Tory and a gun. But they cannot make Kelsey answer those questions. And yeah, they can play her interview, but what the jury is going to get back there and do is say, well, why she just didn't say that she got use immunity. And what's going to happen is they're going to have this discussion like y'all having. There's going to be at least one or two people that's going to say, well, she should have said this and she should have done that, because if she has immunity, she had immunity to say what happened. But they don't know the fact that her lawyers probably told her they're going to backdoor you if you did something. So answer it this way, or don't lie. So as long as she don't lie, she's good, and she probably will. They will probably try to charge her with something, but she'll beat it as well. And then I also wanted to speak to what Sunflower was saying earlier, why everybody's so emotional. Everybody's so emotional because I've seen cases like this go two different ways. One way is Tory did it. The other way is he's being Rihanna all over again. So men that have friends or have been Rihanna are like, he didn't do it, he didn't do it, he didn't do it. And some women are like, it don't make sense. Or if you're like me, and I was like to hear all the stuff before I make a confident decision, you're like, oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened until I get all the information. But I can understand why people are so emotional about this, because it's a personal stake in it for some people. But for me, I'm just following it because this is so freaking entertaining.
It is.
And
honestly and truthfully, though, like this is really heartbreaking to get shy and then everybody comes after you. I still don't understand necessarily why anybody would feel that Megan would Megan would protect her, because I don't see the reasoning behind that.
I do.
I don't.
I see why.
Because she didn't tell you the truth in the beginning. She was trying to. I believe they all were returned. Like I keep saying, in the beginning, we're all cool. We all down for each other. We trying to protect each other from the police. George Floyd just happened. They're gonna kill you. I kind of believe that, but in the beginning, everybody trying to protect everybody. Now everybody trying to protect themselves, and there's a difference. Like, and that's why the police didn't do a good job in the beginning, because everybody wasn't telling. Now I feel bad because when it comes down to victims reporting this kind of stuff, they're gonna feel like, why report it when they just gonna do me like this? And everybody's gonna jump on me about what actually happened, when in the beginning I was scared to tell the truth because I was scared or for another reason. And now I'm trying to tell my truth and nobody's believing me.
And Jeremy,
they all being spiteful.
I think the reason why, like, you know, she wouldn't tell on Kelsey is because of like why this whole fight started. Like Megan's whole image since she came out has been like the girl's girl, like the like doing things for the hotties, like women's empowerment and women's self-confidence. Like that's been her whole thing. And that's like what made me a fan of her, like when she first came out. But so for it to come out that, oh, you backdoored your friend, like quote unquote backdoored your friend, and you're fucking behind your friend's men, and every time your friend gets a dude, you snake her and you start fucking on the dude that she's with. That's not very girl like that completely like tarnishes the entire image of Meg Thee Stallion being for women. And that's why so many women are behind her and like supporting her, because that's how she was introduced to us. So she has every like incentive to lie and say, you know, Kelsey didn't shoot me, because if she said Kelsey shot her, everybody would be like, whoa, isn't Kelsey your best friend? Y'all have been like on IG together. Y'all have like taking trips together. Kelsey works for you. Why would Kelsey shoot you? But if she said Kelsey shot her, then we would want to know more of the story. And then the real reason why, you know, all of this started would come out that, oh, Meg, you've been backdooring your friend. You really not for the girls like that. And it sounds ridiculous to us that somebody would lie about something like that. But when her whole career has been made on being a girl's girl, like, I feel like that's a legitimate reason to lie. And I think like maybe her and Kelsey got past it the next day, that they did get into an argument that, oh, you were fucking Tory behind my back. Maybe they squashed it the next day.
No, they weren't even talking any like at all. That's why I said
maybe, Jeremy. That's why I said maybe. Like,
but
maybe
I'm saying that's not what happened.
Okay, so they did not. So they didn't squash it, right? Let's say they didn't squash it. So like that could be every reason why she just didn't come right out and say, this is what happened.
But here's the thing for me, right? Like, and as I was just asking questions earlier, because to be honest, I'm not a fan of Megan, not because of any reason. I just don't listen to her. And I feel like if we look at the way that she behaves, then it's really easy to slander her, right? But for me, the bottom line is, okay, she could be a slimy personality, who knows? I just don't see why there's a justification to shoot her. Right? Like, even if she was the slimiest person on earth, like, that bullet could have really taken her off this planet. And regardless of whatever the reason behind it is, I just haven't found a solid reason for that. And that's why for me it's harder to get on board with anything else. Like, it doesn't mean that I don't agree with everyone when they say like she moves a little funny. I mean, I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that, right?
Because you're a rational person, and apparently these aren't rational people.
No, I don't think so. I think that it was done like this on purpose. Like all the things that Meg did were it was really infuriating. Like the way, like in real life, I don't know that I would. I don't. In real life, it's a problem, right? But when I stop and I look at the whole thing, like a gun shot this girl, it happened to be her foot. It could have ended her. That's why I feel like everyone poking holes for everything else just feels a little bit extra. So when someone explained it like, oh, this is a sensitive topic because people have had issues in the past, blah, blah, blah. I think that Tori rode that wave, right? Now, when it comes to the friend, the Chelsea person, like I don't know what it's like to be Kelsey. I can't. Obviously she's not doing the right thing, but none of us know like what kind of gangs are around her. None of us know like what kind of danger she's really in, and she seems to be the type of person that's looking out for self, right? So
Yeah.
right now, tanking all of this is the best that she could come up with, because writing for her friend in a man's world or where she could be might be really really hard to do. It might seem easy to us because we're not in it, right? We're on the outside, but we don't live these lives. We don't walk those streets. You know, anybody can get touched any single day, and I don't know the rabbit hole that she is in. So that's why for me, I would more take the focus off of her for me on whether she did it or not. She's just there to cause more confusion. The thing for me is with Tori or Corey, Tory Lanez, is that in the beginning when Meg was being quiet, he could have also been quiet too. But he was antagonizing everyone in the media and just playing it up. And it like that kind of thing just disgusts me. Like I think someone was asking earlier, like why, I just don't respect him. I'm really sorry I can't, because he also puts a bad name for guys out there who are really just having accidents versus him just kind of just sliding down this roll and just rolling in the mud with the whole thing. That's all.
What did
But
he
he may
do?
have
Because
some
if you were being
issues.
accused of shooting someone, what would you do other than defend your name if you didn't do it?
But
But
he never
Even if
said
I
that he
did do
didn't
it, I'd
do
be
it.
defending myself.
but there's defending yourself, and then there's just like stirring up mess. And
So
What did
that's
he
sometimes,
how
do
he
that stirred up
defends
the
himself.
mess?
what do you? I
That's
think
how he has to defend himself to
What
make
was he? I
himself.
mean, if somebody said I shot them and I didn't, what do you expect me to do?
But
Can
I
I
think
do
that you're jumping more in the middle, because in the beginning she did not come right out and say that he shot her. She didn't.
She,
can I do something real quick? I wanted to read off some of the testimony that was done, because and I want us to like talk about it. Can we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and I want everyone to keep an open mind of
I
why Kelsey is saying these things.
Yeah. Because even
okay.
reading this right now, like, and then
It's like you're protecting yourself.
it's looking kind of, but go ahead, Jeremy. Sorry.
So then it says, then came the continuation of Kelsey Harris's testimony. The first question from prosecution Kathy Todd was, Kelsey, would you agree that Megan was shot? Kelsey says, her team told me she stepped on glass. The cross-examination started at 11:35. It went on for about 25 minutes before lunch recess was called. In that time, defense attorney, is it Magician?
It's McDessian.
McDessian. Thank you. I have been asking everybody how to say this man's name. I'm sorry. I like pronouncing people's name correctly. McDessian questioned Harris about whether his client bribed her. Harris replied, no, I wouldn't. I would actually like to make that very clear. Then came a series of cues that allowed Harris to set the record straight that she had no communication with the defendant or his team. When asked if the defense ever pressured her, Harris replied flatly no. When asked the same of the prosecution, she replied quickly yes. Back to Harris on the stand. Defense attorney McDessian, Kelsey, I need you to be truthful with me. Did you and Megan get into a fight? Did you I'm sorry. Did you and Megan get into a fight? You get into her face, push, kick. I mean, we probably just bumped each other.
Mm.
Matt McDessian said you just bumped into each other. She said yes. She says he says what kind of bump? Was it like a chest bump? She says, no, it wasn't a chest bumps. Then there began laughter in the courtroom. This is ridiculous. So you don't want to tell us? No, I just don't remember. Defense attorney George McDessian says, so did you ever hear anyone say dance, bitch? Kelsey laughs. I don't know where that came from. So no. Redirect to DDA Kathy Ty after Kelsey Harris reconfirms the four of them in the vehicle. Kathy Ty said, Megan didn't shoot herself, did she? Kelsey Harris says, I don't think so. No. Kathy Ty said, did Jaquan shoot Meg? Jaquan is the security and driver. She said no. Kathy Ty said, did you shoot Meg? She clicks tongue and says no. Kathy Ty says, who does that leave? So she confirmed she didn't shoot her. Jaquan didn't shoot her, and Meg shoot herself.
Did she answer after that question?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm not really sure. So redirect to the defense again. And we had our first mention of rap lyrics in this track. Defense attorney Magidson cited Harris 2020 diss track. Busting back, saying, I'm taking shots at you, bitch. I'm busting you. Harris reported, said, I'm sorry. This bitch is trying to
be against your own lyrics.
This bitch is trying to be a comedian.
Wait, it's you said those lyrics.
Yeah, this is your song.
Who, me?
You want her to repeat it. So
this is Kelsey's song. She's talking about say it again.
Like this bitch out here acting like she a comedian. Say it again.
Guilty AF.
Like, girl, like bitches, these are your lyrics. McDessian says, repeat the lyrics. Kelsey Harris, are you saying it verbatim? McDessian grabs his phone. Let me say it verbatim. He recites the lyrics a third time while looking at a page on genius.com. Do you remember saying that? She said, yes. McDessian repeats the lyrics a fourth and final time, questioning her further. Harris responds, I'm sure you are aware of how rap lyrics go, and mouths the word stupid while looking in the direction of her husband as a 15-minute recess is called. After recess, Kelsey was dismissed by Judge Hereford, subject for recall. Then LAPD Detective Warren Eberhardt took the stand to testify that Tory Lane's verified IG account once commented on the theory that Kelsey was the shooter, saying that's not true. So Tory Lanez himself said that she was not the shooter.
Not himself. It was not proven that he said that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was definitely proven that it came from his account.
But it's not proven that he said that.
I'm saying, but it was proven that it came from his account. But
the
I'm just
detective
saying.
testified today. He did not verify the IP address, so it was not verified that Tory said it.
I think this is actually from his IG account. But I think the reason why they keep saying shot her is because I don't think either of them intentionally aimed the gun at her to shoot her. I think
I just need to finish this real quick. We almost done, and then we can go into deep analysis. Okay. The defense challenged Eberhardt's neutrality and mentioned that figures with verified IG accounts often have their other folks post for them, while displaying a post from an unverified account stating that they're only one with access to Tory's account. Next, criminalist Stacy, what the fuck is these last names?
Vandershoff
testified she analyzed the gunshot residue kits from the scene. She tells the jurors that the gunshot residue requires an actual number of particles to be determined. The defense asked her to reveal who had more particles, Kelsey or Tory, but quickly withdraws the question. Are you? But wait. Are y'all reading what I just said?
Read it again.
Yes, sir.
I don't think y'all are reading what I just said. So next, criminalist Stacy Vandershoff testifies she analyzed the gunshot residue kits from the scene. She tells the jury that the gunshot residue analysis requires an actual number of particles to be determined. The defense asked her to reveal who had more particles, Kelsey or Tory, but then quickly withdraws that question.
As they should have, because they didn't know the answer. It could have hurt their client. Of course, they would withdraw the question.
But like if all of this gunshot residue that we're talking about was on Kelsey, and we believe that she shot the gun, if she shot the gun, more of the gunpowder residue would be on her. Then why would we not?
Not necessarily. You're the one who told me that. You taught me that. So
No, I did not tell you that if you shoot the gun, there won't be gunpowder residue on you.
You taught me that it doesn't have to be gunpowder residue on you for you to have fired the gun. We even looked up suicide victims where there is no gunpowder residue. So just because there was more on Tory doesn't mean that he fired the gun.
Okay, but just because there was on her, but that doesn't mean that she did it. But you are saying because she also had the gunpowder residue on her, that makes her liable, that she could have shot Megan.
And you're saying that just because she had it on her does not mean she
close
did
enough to know who shot her.
Daughter, possibly. I just think they were tussling over the gun, and
exactly. They were obviously fighting over the gun.
That's why they both have gunpowder in their hands.
Before the day ended, Judge Hartford stated that he will allow the recording of Kelsey's September interview with the prosecutors to be played for the jury in its entirety. We'll have to see how that's in comparison to Harris's testimony after the past 2 days.
And Jeremy, they're playing that full recording because the prosecution is saying that their integrity is coming into question, because now Kelsey's on the stand and saying, oh, all those things aren't true. So they're like, oh, bitch, you trying to say we liars, right, and we pressured you to say this. So we want to play the whole recording to see if we said anything that may have been considered pressuring you. So that's why they're playing the whole thing on Friday.
And it still won't matter towards the verdict. They're only trying to not embarrass themselves. It won't even matter towards the verdict at this point.
But that could backfire on them as well, because
because they could be saying some stuff in there that sounds like you trying to pressure this girl to say something.
Exactly.
Not that. I don't think that they're pressuring her, but what's going to happen is they're going to play this video and it's going to bring up more questions. And that's not good for them at this point, with her already throwing all this doubt out there.
I feel like it's going to do the opposite, because that 80-minute clip is so detailed, and that's what they've been asking all the questions for. And I feel like if she had answered all of these questions in verbatim to what she said in that testimony, all of the confusion that we have would be cleared up.
It doesn't matter. She's already said, I lied. Everything I said was a lie.
Because if the defense is good, this is what he's going to do. And if he listens to this video, I want my payment for this piece of advice.
Well, let me mute you real quick. I'm just kidding.
But here's the thing, though. I feel like it doesn't matter how much evidence comes up. There's absolutely nothing that's gonna prove that Megan told the truth every single time. There's nothing.
None of them did. But wait, let me
So then I feel like
my jam. When they when they play this recording, all he has to do was say, is she under oath? Is there anything that's forcing her to tell the truth? Like she's under oath on this here stand where she pled the fifth. That would be like the boom bam for any person sitting there that don't know as much as we know. So, and I guarantee you, because I've only known as much as I've known over the last like 5 days. Before that, I didn't know this much. But that's the kicker right there. Play that interview 16 times. We've seen it where people lie in interviews, people false confessions. All that defense attorney with his fine chocolate self gotta do.
Wait, let me see. Let me see what he looks like.
So like that's not fine, y'all. For me, right? But
it's a criminal case. He's not fine, y'all.
But look, for me, right? To be honest, they're all liars. So for me,
and that's what makes it so difficult. And
it's not.
That
but
part
that's
right there is what I'm mad about. I'm mad about.
That's why I don't feel sorry for anybody.
No, I want to understand.
For the future victim.
No, I feel sorry for Megan because she got shot at the end of the day.
I feel sorry for Pete. I don't know if Megan didn't shoot herself at this point.
Okay. But like, here's what I'm saying, right? Like, I feel like in court, I'm not looking for anybody's testimony to tell me that one person was telling the truth more than the other. Because that didn't happen, right? There's nothing, and I feel like
court does, though.
That's the purpose of court. Who's more? Which witness is more?
No, but that's why I'm trying to say, like, you guys, not you guys, but it comes across as if Megan is on trial and she's not. The thing that's on trial is whether or not Tory shot her. That's
But
you're
why
missing
is that on trial? Because Megan got up there and said, "You shot me, Tori. I saw you shoot me." And then everything after
so
that
with
showed
that,
that she did not see him shoot her.
wait. So with that, you're saying that if Megan had kept her mouth shut, that there wouldn't even be an opportunity to come and still say that Tori shot her.
Not
Correct.
really.
From my
That's not what-
perspective,
There's no case now, so
Yeah,
they
this
definitely wouldn't have had a
shooting
case
didn't-
unless she said that.
So the shooting happened in July. He didn't get charged by the prosecution until October.
Exactly.
That's 4 months. So has she not said anything? Had like, and I don't know why. I think she said his publicist and all that was like spreading false information. That's what pissed her off and made her want to come forward. I wish she should. She has the right to.
Well, she should have came forward in the hospital. That's when she should have came forward. If she
Right.
was there with the police, he wasn't there. He was in jail, and she should have came forward at that point. If you don't want to come forward there, you don't come forward on IG. You still call the police.
No, I think
That's
she's
true,
allowed to
but
come
like,
forward whenever. Like
but
whenever.
haven't you guys had cousins that were less than smart or made less than smart?
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying this.
Yeah, no,
And
personally, I feel like she's allowed to come forward whenever. Like if you don't say anything,
I didn't say
in
she
the
wasn't
hospital-
allowed. I said she should have. I didn't say she
Okay.
wasn't. She's allowed to come forward today, 2 years later. But what I'm saying is what a lot of us don't realize is if we don't speak up for ourselves, who is?
But
And
that's
if
really
we don't
with the
get it
picture
done at that point, the police could have went back and investigated this at that point. No
Yeah.
one said anything. So how do you expect me to prosecute this?
But here's the thing: we're coming at the end and saying this, right? But in the middle of all that, she just made less than smart decisions. That's how I process that. Like, I wouldn't say like, oh my gosh, like she was on the side of right, because in that moment they all had emotional ties with each other, which is probably part of all of this, right? It's when the emotional ties were gone, that's when we're seeing all this other stuff play out. But
No, the emotional ties are what made her get on IG Live and say, "You're the one who shot me, Tori." That was emotional because that's not the truth.
If it
So
was
King-
anybody that I know, I would have said, you need to tell, and I've done it before. And like you said, we have cousins that aren't so smart, that don't follow the advice. But I would have been saying, you need to go tell the truth because of X, Y, Z, Z, Z. Later on, you're going to be mad and you're going to feel, because I have dealt with people that feel this way. I have done this forever. I know this is not the first time I've seen this. That's why I almost know if certain evidence doesn't come out or isn't allowed to be presented, it will at least be a mistrial. You're going to have one or two people that feel just like Miss Monique up there, and they're going to need like some infinite, like somebody saw the fire from the muzzle, everything. So it's not, you're not, by you saying for my emotional ties, I'm going to let this go. Some things you just can't let go, and I can't let it go.
But I know that you're saying that as a rational person, and it sounds like it is good information, right? But think about it: if you're young, you're a celebrity, and you don't have family like that, you're not making the best decision.
Hey, why do y'all keep saying this McDessian dude is fine? He looks terrifying. Like he looks like a big scary lawyer.
Yeah, he looks like a big scary lawyer.
Because
Jeremy,
he's open for anything big and black.
He looks scary.
No, Jeremy, let's see.
Put the
if I
picture
was
up,
for
Jeremy. I
anyone
haven't really
serious,
seen him.
If
Jeremy,
I was
show the
for
IG
anyone
photo
serious,
where they
I'd be
posing
scared.
like,
I don't know if I still got it.
Is he
posed
the
up
one on
like-
the left or the right on that picture?
I don't know which one
No,
he
I honestly
is.
don't know.
I don't think she was trying to protect Tori. She was trying to protect herself and her image. All of these people in this situation are looking out for their own best interest. They're all lying for themselves.
They look like bodyguards.
Mexican is on the right.
No, none of these are his attorney. It's an Armenian guy. He's not black. His attorney's not black.
I thought the guy on the left was his
So
attorney.
who is these
Google
niggas?
him.
Right.
His attorney is
Jeremy
not a
got
black
us over
man.
here foaming over some randoms.
So who was you looking at then, Monique?
I googled him, George McDessian Esquire. He is a scary looking Armenian man. He's not black.
Yeah, I saw the picture that
Monique. Then who are you? Who have you been looking at this whole time?
I've been looking at the dude on the left.
Security. This is his
So
security.
did you just automatically assume
he
that that
looked
was
like
him?
somebody from what's that gangster movie on
He
HBO?
looks like he on The Sopranos.
I got this from you because you said that they
did
only
you-
posting
Did you just
pictures of
automatically
court.
assume that the one on the left was Desian?
Well, because they said he was Armenian, so I thought that
So the
was
dude
him.
on the left look Armenian to you.
The
little
lighter,
bit.
I don't know
He
who's
could
left,
do
who's
that.
right on what how you're looking, but
That's
the
a
lighter
light-skinned
skin.
black
I
man.
can't what you
That's a
mean.
light-skinned black
I thought it was
man.
more of an African name.
No, it's Armenian. It's a lot of Armenians.
Armenians are damn near white. Armenian
No,
is
Armenians are white.
Armenian is what the
Armenians look
Kardashians
like
are.
Robert Kardashian. He looks
Armenians
just like that guy.
fought for the right to be white. They're white.
You
Yeah.
what?
Just Jeremy, just Google
They're
him. George McDessie.
they're more tanned white. Yeah.
No, they're
it's
not.
not.
Who said it's not tan?
But she's saying that the dude on the left looks Armenian.
No, that's a light-skinned black dude, and that's Tory
Well,
Security.
shoot, I just thought I thought he was a light. I don't know.
Child, throw the whole case away.
That's a diamond.
Jeremy, you're the one who told me that. Told us that was his attorneys.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
But I
we're
didn't
like,
tell you which. I didn't say which one was who. You just
Hey,
automatically
this-
assumed that one was McDessie.
I didn't know who was who. I just know that they're winning.
No,
I haven't even seen these motherfuckers at all. Honestly, I thought the dudes that he was walking with was his whatchamacallit.
no,
his
that's
attorney.
Security. His attorney is. Oh, his attorney's kind of short.
or maybe he feel him. He got it. He feel and he.
I saw his LinkedIn picture.
Yeah, this man is not black. He's Armenian, and he's terrifying.
He actually looked like the Kardashians.
No,
Yeah, he does. I saw him.
he looks like a. Hey,
does
Tory's
look
money
scary.
is going far because this man, if he was questioning me, I'd be scared. He looked like a no nonsense lawyer.
He's a really good attorney.
Girl,
Mm.
you don't know.
I don't know if he. I mean, well, I guess he's doing.
He's a really good
I
attorney.
mean, no,
We looked into him.
Who have you
Sorry,
seen him
Jeremy, but
represent?
on academics, we looked into him.
Who have you
He's
seen
a
him
wolf.
represent?
That's how they describe him.
Who have
A
you seen him
wolf.
represent?
And he's winning.
If you Google him, he won a $2.6 million lawsuit for a family. But that's the only verified.
Thank you.
See, Jeremy, this is what I mean. Like these attorneys will take these cases to further their careers. Prosecutors do it, defense attorneys do it. Like if Tory gets off, this attorney's career is gonna skyrocket. If the prosecution wins,
Skyrocket.
well, he got a couple awards on here.
Their
from a
both
long
their careers
time
are gonna
ago.
skyrocket. So like attorneys also have motive to pick up cases and take it to trial. So I hate that people are saying, oh well, the prosecution brought up the case, so it's he's 100% guilty. That's not necessarily true.
I mean, if a girl said they were shot, and then I see that she has bullet wounds and bullet fragments, and she said that somebody shot her, then I also see text messages from her friends saying that she was shot by this person that she said shot her. Then he also called both of these people, or called one of them, apologized, texted the other and apologized. I would be like, this is an open and shut case.
But
Prosecution didn't talk to Kelsey until September 2022. That's the first time the prosecution talked to Kelsey.
Apology thing, the defense poked a hole in that too. They said he wasn't apologizing he never apologized in any text message for a shooting.
And I give him credit for that, because I don't think you're stupid enough if you shoot somebody to apologize for the shooting.
Or to call them from jail where it says this is a recorded call and you're going to say sorry.
For everything, I don't do that, man. But I will say this: that is a grown man. That's not a teenage boy. He's not stupid, right? So to say that he's apologizing for shooting, I feel like that is the messy part about this, because any rational person, even with all your emotions and stuff like that, if you're thinking that someone just found out that you were sleeping with their friend or whatever, and you say I'm sorry, they knew exactly what that I'm sorry was for. That meant, I mean, could he have said I'm sorry for shooting? Maybe, and maybe like it is, and I'm sorry that you got shot, blah blah blah. But I would give a strong leeway, like 98% leeway, that he was just apologizing for everything, because he is also emotional.
And that's what the defense said. The defense said he's not apologizing for shooting her. The prosecution is trying to make it seem like he apologized for the shooting, but he's apologizing for being a messy bitch and telling Kelsey that he was fucking Megan behind her back.
Yeah,
that was the strongest part of their case, and it was actually the weakest.
And all of
the strongest part of the case is the gunshot. Like, that's how I feel. Well, that's what I'm thinking.
But they have no evidence who pulled the trigger. Megan says she did not see Tory pull it.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Like, what can be proven?
Something that has me thinking as well too is the one part where Jeremy read where she said, they said, Meg got shot. Did you know she got shot? Then she was like, well, her her team said they thought she had glass in her foot. And I'm like,
Mm.
wait, y'all best friends. She got shot. Where
But-
after that? What I mean, like, where were you? Like
No,
that's
Girl,
that's
she was right there because she
I'm
was right
sorry.
there because she texted Megan's security guard, Justin. Y'all know big fine ass Justin, who ended up marrying Megan's other friend. You know, she ended up,
What?
huh?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he
I've
ended up
never seen Justin.
Yeah, Justin was big and fine. He ended up marrying her friend.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Um,
they didn't go into that. They should have went further into that right there. It doesn't look like they delve any further into the fact that so the team had to tell you weren't at the hospital with her. Did you see?
I
They should have.
agree.
But the
They
thing
Megan
they
wouldn't let her upstairs, or she wouldn't let her in the
Kelsey
room
said-
with her.
But
Kelsey
here-
said on the recorded call with Tori from jail, she was like, Meg's team is all over this. And like
Mhm.
Meg had already left for New York. Like
Mhm.
after she got treated at the hospital, she left for New York.
Mhm.
So I don't think they even spoke like after this whole thing happened.
She
Well, they
said they
said
haven't
it
spoken
was
since
over
that
2
night.
years since it happened. In the 2
Kelsey
years
said
since
she
it
didn't know she was blocked.
Because
my
she
thing
knows
is-
she was shot. She said it herself. Because she
I-
witnessed it.
So if your best friend was just pal, you wouldn't speak to her for 2.5 years, Megan or Kelsey, unless she
that
actually
lets you
did
know
it.
something went on. Something was going down with them two. And see, that's another part that's gonna leave some questioning, because why are y'all leaving that out? Tell that story. Yeah, they had a fight, but that was it. You fight
But-
with your friends, you get over, you get past it. If y'all them type of friends, but they're not telling the whole story. Nobody's telling the whole freaking story.
None
That's
of
why
them
it's
are.
called.
All of them
Nobody.
are lying.
for me, right? Like for me, Megan was the agitator a lot of the times. But and it's very true. Like I can't get like if this gunshot didn't happen, I couldn't get behind her at all. At all. For anything that happened, right? Because she kind of was messy along with it. But it still comes back down to the gunshot. And then for watching how like Kelsey's moving or how anyone else is moving, I don't expect any of them to move in a straight line because all they've done so far is show me that they can lie. And I would rather go with the things that are concrete, which is that girl was shot.
And I will tell y'all, I have personal experience with a person being shot by their abuser and not saying anything, and they got off scot-free. So I'm not giving Meg a pass or saying, oh, because she got shot. I'm not, because at how I feel about it then and now, you should have said something at that moment. I feel like, me personally, which I can say this because I ain't never been shot by my man, but I'm thinking if he's shooting me or at me, there's a possibility you could kill me. That's where my mind is going. And I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I love you. I know domestic violence victims do not report, but at the point of you almost killed me, that is something totally
Hey,
different.
I think
personally, I feel like victims don't be coming out because they're terrified. So I don't agree that she should have said, like, she needed to say something as soon as it happened. Like she could say anything whenever she wants to. Like even if 4 years pass by, she could come out and say, "Oh, this nigga did it to me." Would it weaken her case?
Because
Being terrified.
no, I'm sorry, but I feel like you're processing it as if it were you with your rationale. But
Millie
that's not
said,
right.
I'm sorry, I was reading.
So, but that's why I'm saying like what you're making is actually the best choice in the whole situation. I think that what you're saying is extremely valid and would be the best move. But if you had to think like someone who doesn't think like you,
This is not the Tory Lanez panel. So
You're logically thinking prosperity.
like this is not the Tory Lanez panel. I do not agree with Tory Lanez. I think that the nigga
I
did
don't
it.
either. I'm just
Me
talking about
neither.
the evidence.
I'm
and
just
the
I'm talking
case.
about, I'm saying we're viewing the evidence in two completely different ways. All y'all keep on doing is bringing up Kelsey's inconsistent testimony.
yeah.
But
But
I'm
that's
bringing
evidence, Aaron.
I'm
Bringing it up because
I'm talking about the text messages. I'm talking about the phone calls, the apologies, all of those things. Kelsey didn't apologize to Megan when she first, when everything happened. She was talking about like, I'm just trying to, which hospital can I go to? That
And Megan wouldn't allow her to go to you.
that's not the text of somebody who shot me would send me.
But then you're
Jeremy, that's
also
what I'm
leaving out the
saying.
fact that he just started a fight between them.
He
Jeremy,
instigated the entire thing. It wouldn't have
I don't-
happened had he not said, "Hey, I'm fucking both of
I'm
y'all."
not
agree with
defending
that.
Tory because I do believe he did it at the end of the day. My personal opinion, because it's not evidence written, it's opinion and personal. I believe the man did it. However, if you go off of court and court tricks and all this stuff, they're doing a good job to not make him guilty in court.
And
Now,
honestly,
if you
that's
want to
all
go
that
with
jury is
personal
gonna look
opinion in public, yeah, he guilty.
That's
But
all
when you
that
go
jury's
to
gonna look
court,
at.
that's
The
a
jury's
whole
gonna look
different
at
thing.
the jury is going to look at the evidence that the prosecution brought forward, because it's the prosecution's burden of proof. It's not the defense. The prosecution has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Tory is the one that shot Meg in both her feet. All of this evidence that's been presented so far, the defense has poked holes in it. If I was sitting on this jury and I had to purely look at evidence, take out my personal feelings, take out all the stuff that I've heard for the past 2 years and just look at evidence for what it is, I would not find him guilty.
But that's my thing.
Exactly.
Like I don't expect so that's what I'm saying. Like I set my expectation that everyone's lying and that the court is going to do what it's going to do. But what I don't like, I feel like there's just, even though Megan is wrong, that's something different, right? But I feel like it's her actions are being used as justification for her being shot. And what I haven't heard from any Tory defender, like from any person who's defending Tory, like, is tell me why you agree that she should have been shot.
No, Sunflower, I'm not defending Tory.
Oh no, not you. I mean, like, in general.
Nobody thinks that up here.
I'm
not defending Tory. I'm just saying, like, this is a court trial.
I wasn't speaking about you just now, though. Like, I understand where you're coming from completely, right? But I think the interesting, well, I don't agree with people who support Tory, right? But I just want to know where their mind's at to justify shooting that girl, and I don't know that I've heard that.
I think, I mean, I can speak
that
for everybody else, but I think, like, what people have an issue with is that Meg is not telling the side of the story that paints her in a bad light. So that's why people are like, oh, you know, you're just playing the victim, but you're not telling the part about how, you know, you got into it at Kylie's house. I think that's what people are looking for. They're looking for her to also, I mean, and I hate when people use this word, but they're looking for her to take some sort of accountability and, you know, just admit that I'm not a perfect victim. Yeah, I was doing some shiesty shit to my friend. That doesn't mean I should have got shot. But yeah, I did do some shit that would make me in the funny.
Like,
I think that's for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's it for me. Like, I don't think like she moved the best way, but I absolutely draw a line where she should not have been shot. And that's kind of like where most of my perspective comes from in this entire thing. Whereas whatever the reason being, whatever she did before, whatever who said where, I feel like that part doesn't matter as much.
If you had came out like that when she did that IG live talking about the shooting, if she had came out and told the entire story, even the parts that make her look bad, the whole truth, the full truth, I don't even think any of this would be happening. Like, me personally, from a woman's perspective, if she had said, okay, this argument started because I did snake Kelsey, I did backdoor Tory, and I was messing with him, but that doesn't mean I should have got shot, I would be like, you know what, you absolutely right. That doesn't give anyone justification to shoot you, and good on you for being a grown-ass woman and admitting the part that you played in it too. And then I just would have been like, fuck it, it is what it is. Like, I would still be listening
to her, going in there and pulling him out the party like he was your man instead of somebody you fixed up with your girl.
I think that's why some people,
I guarantee you, that's why she didn't want to come in there for Kylie them to come, for Corey to come in there and say, yeah, we told her she had to go because she came in cutting up about Tory.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if she had told the entire story, people would have still supported her. I would still be a Meg fan. I would still be listening to her music. Now I'm just kind of looking at her like you looking a little funny in the light, sis. Like, all these people are fucking liars. Tory's a liar, Kelsey's a liar, Megan's a liar. And I'm not gonna just, you know, just support a woman just because they're a woman. Like, I'm gonna use logic and facts and look at things for what they are, not what I want them to be.
And if they have a mistrial, are they going to come back and try it a second time and waste millions of dollars of the state's money to do all this lying and tap dancing and stuff again? Are they going to do that?
No, they shouldn't have brought this case in the first place. They're not going to do it again.
But Kelsey will be getting prosecuted for perjury.
What does she perjure herself on?
You're lying on the stand, Jeremy.
She has not lied.
She
She
didn't
has
lie on
not
the
lied on
stand.
the
I
stand.
definitely believe they're gonna come
I
out.
don't think no. And
How?
even if she does get a perjury charge is usually like the punishment for it is usually very small. You pay a fine or you get like
And
5
move
days in
on.
jail or something like that. It's really
No, what's gonna happen if they play the interview and she has lied, which I don't, from what they're saying, they side of the story, the opening don't sound like she's lied. Sound like that's where she like, I don't remember, or this, or I didn't see.
Who
or
I want to know? I want to know who from her team, who from Megan's team said that she told Kelsey that she stepped on glass.
She didn't say
But
it.
That was
said in
the
the text messages. She said Meg's team was all over it. So
no, she said that in the recorded jail call that Meg's team was all over it.
But I want to know who. I want to know who on Meg's team told Kelsey that Megan stepped on glass.
Oh, Jeremy, I know.
Megan said that she stepped on glass. Megan put that out.
No, I'm talking
That
about
was-
specifically. I'm not
No.
talking about what Megan said. I'm
Kwame went to jail for perjury because he was the mayor of Detroit and not because he went for perjury. Kwame's whole case, don't get me started, because nobody ever does 18 months in jail for a probation violation either.
But no, Jeremy, to answer your question, she didn't say. She just said Megan's team said she stepped on glass.
I think she was being clever because remember, Kelsey is not there to tell the truth. Kelsey has a mission to distort. She's using Megan's lies against her. That's what
T Dominique Megan Lil' Kim didn't go to jail.
No, Kelsey said verbatim, her team told me she stepped on glass. Not her team said she stepped on glass. She's saying that she was told by Megan's team that she stepped on glass.
No, like that's what I'm saying, Jeremy. That was a smart move because she knows that girl didn't step on glass.
But I'm saying
it wasn't a smart move if nobody from the team told her that.
But I'm saying but who from the team said it?
She's lying. She's lying.
That's what I'm saying. Is she lying? She's lying. She's going to be found. She's going to be found for perjury.
She's lying. Clever lies. She's using clever lies. She's using clever statements. That's what I'm saying. Because
that's not clever.
She's playing on words.
Yeah, she's
nobody can come back and say nobody told you that because Megan herself said that. So it's like, well, Megan's team probably did say that because Megan said that. So we can't come back.
Nobody
said
that.
Did she say on the stand? Did she say who from her team? She didn't say that. I didn't.
No, she just said Megan's team.
She said, from what I was told. I'm gonna put it back. Can you let me finish? Okay, but like I was saying, like she said. Like they said, Kelsey, would you agree that Megan was shot? Kelsey said her team told me she stepped on glass. Who on her team told you she stepped on glass? She didn't say Meg told me that. She said somebody on her team said that. Who on her team reached out to Kelsey after Kelsey told them that she was shot and said Megan didn't get shot? Megan stepped on glass.
Did she answer? Stop 1 second. Stop 1 second. Jeremy, she was there in the actual car. No one needs to tell her what happened. She was there.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm telling you, it's a lie. It's just a clever lie.
No.
If it's a lie, you don't think that they're gonna come after this bitch for perjury?
No,
but it may not be a lie because Megan said that. And if Megan said that first, Megan told her team that.
Where's the proof or the correspondence that anybody said that to her?
Hey,
but if Kelsey said Megan's team is all over this, they were in contact with each other. So they were probably talking. If Megan told her team, hey, I stepped on glass, and she didn't want the real truth to come out, which she obviously didn't, they probably said, well, they probably told Kelsey, hey, well, Megan said she stepped on glass.
I'm not saying
it's a full circle. Megan started the lie. It's Megan.
Who said that? Who from the team contacted her? Megan got a whole corporation.
She didn't say who said that, but this is what I'm saying. All of this right here is reasonable doubt for a jury. All this damn lying, leaving stuff out is reasonable doubt for a jury because now, honestly, no one knows who shot her. But it was one of those one of the 3 people besides Megan that shot her. We just don't know who. And the case is against Tori. So we can't definitively say that Tori is the one that shot her.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, here's the thing. When they asked her that question, they expected her to say who, and she threw an alley.
You're going off the facts and what was presented in court. It's just some of y'all don't like to hear what was said in court because it's not what you want.
I'm actually playing and I'm actually showing shit that was said in court.
Instead of talk to Kelsey.
And we were talking about the
Prosecution
whole
should have talked to Kelsey a long time ago.
thing. All I just wanted to know was who from Megan's team reached out to her and told her that she stepped on glass. That's what I want to know. And I'm saying that would have been my next question. Who from the team reached out to you and told you that?
That's why I said the prosecution fumbled it, because they missed a lot of opportunities to go in deeper. They missed. At this point, I'm wondering, do they even care? Are they mad that they brought this, or are they just trying to save face and play this interview? And when they lose or have a mistrial, have a reason to say, "Well, we did our job. We did what we could.
I think
we tried."
I think in the beginning they expected Kelsey to corroborate Meg's story, and it just didn't.
That's what they did, and they even said that, like in the court transcripts. One of the prosecutors, I think his last name is Bott. He was like, the witness didn't testify in the way we anticipated. So Kelsey really did blindside them. They thought everything.
I don't know how they expected that. They didn't talk to Kelsey from July 2020 until September 2022. Almost 2.5 years. They never spoke to Kelsey until she made these last statements.
Said in the September recorded interview that's going to be played on Friday. So basically, all that she said in the September interview seemingly corroborated Megan's story, and then she came up on the stand and was like, okay, well, all of that shit was a lie, and I lied to protect myself.
And she said she felt pressured by prosecution. Yeah, that's a horrible witness.
Were pressuring me, and I had to.
They're playing the interview to save face and to make it look like, well, this is what we was told, this is why we pursued it, and now this is what we got, and y'all deal with it. That's why they're gonna let the jury deal with it.
I'm just
regardless of what anybody says, it's all about what the court and what happens in court, because we feel like Tory did it all day long, and we can't put the man in jail. So it doesn't matter. That jury has to believe everything that they're hearing in court, and everything in court is a mess. So how do you pick and choose what's not a mess in court? And you don't know nothing about Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, or Kelsey Harris.
Here's the thing, right? Even if Megan was an angel, and even if Megan never lied, they would still have this exact same problem.
Nobody wants Meg to be wrong. Y'all keep saying in the comments we're against Meg. Nobody's anti-Meg. We're saying we're looking at things for what they are. I think some of y'all are just because we're not directly
I'm not looking at the comments tonight, so that's why I'm having such a great time, because the people who are in the comments are emotional, and I'm not dealing with emotions. I'm dealing with logic.
One of y'all are echoing. Go ahead. Continue what you were saying.
I was saying, like, I think some people online are just like upset that it's not like 100% leaning in the direction of like this is an open and shut case. But unfortunately, that's how a trial works, and that his defense attorneys are doing what they were paid to do, and they're poking holes in the prosecution's theory. This does not mean that Tory is innocent. I have never said Tory is innocent. I don't believe anybody is innocent in this situation.
My question. Can I ask you a question though?
Go ahead.
Do you believe, and I'm talking about, like, let's move all the technicalities aside.
Mm-hmm.
Who does your gut tell you shot this woman?
My gut tells me that there was tussling over the gun between Kelsey and Tory, and the gun went off. And I don't think that's what my gut tells. That's what my gut instinct tells me. A fight happened, a physical fight happened. Kelsey was getting her ass whooped by Megan. Because I think Megan's taller than her. Yeah, I've seen a photo of them standing next to each other. Meg is like significantly taller than her. Kelsey was getting her ass whooped by Meg, and she got upset, reached for the gun, and was trying to shoot at Megan. And then her and Tory were wrestling for it. And then shots just started going off. And the reason why I think that is they said that shell casings were found in like a neighbor's driveway, like far away. Like it just seemed like they were just shots went off. And that's not okay.
5 times though.
If you're tussling over a gun and you like one person just starts pulling the trigger, or
no, ma'am.
I think
several. You have to put 7 pounds of. You have to put 7 pounds of pressure on that
trigger
every time. I think it was both of them that did it.
Yeah,
I think it was both of them that did it.
We are getting the intention to shoot.
So wait, like you saying you think they both was taking turns shooting?
No, not taking turns shoot. I'm saying wrestling over a gun.
But I'm saying, how do you have to put 7 pounds of pressure on a trigger to
I've never shot a gun, so I don't.
Yes,
no, you don't. Guns go off all the time.
No, ma'am.
That's not true.
Pressure is not on the.
But I'm talking about if you're pulling the trigger, you
do
have to put.
It depends on.
I think they were just wrestling. I think they were wrestling over a gun. They were doing some stupid ass shit, and Meg ended up getting hit.
Yep.
You can literally drop a gun and it can pull the trigger and go off.
That's true. Yeah.
Based off what's been presented.
Pressure pounds. Man, okay, now let me explain this to y'all. Guns been my thing since 1995. No, ma'am. When you shoot a gun, pressure has to be on that trigger, or there has to be something that puts enough pressure.
I'm a former military marksman. I've shot an M16, M9, a 50 cal, but y'all know more than me. Go ahead.
No, I don't know anything about
I'm regular weapons though. Like this are regular weapons here. Not you don't need all that force for.
I said an M9. I said an M9 as well.
We literally have toddlers, 1 and 2 year olds who have accidentally unalived their parents because they pulled the trigger. You do not have to have all that to
handgun.
do that.
It's only 2 pounds. 2 pounds. It's not 7, but you have to put that pressure on the pin or the trigger. It doesn't just go off.
I think they were just wrestling. They were wrestling over a gun.
Something with that pressure.
But 5 shots though.
I mean, hey,
hustling over it.
I don't know why.
I mean, but if that's the case, 5 shots, you're no longer in the window. Now it should be holes in the roof of the car.
But that's what they're saying, Jeremy. They're saying the bullet casings were flying.
That's why the casings were all over the place.
What I'm talking about is no bullet holes within the car.
But
they weren't in the car. The evidence shows that there's no way it was fired in the car. There's no way it was fired within the car.
When it first happened, said that they left outside of the truck, started fighting. The 2 women started fighting, and then all of a sudden there was something that happened, and then everybody else exited the truck, and then that's before when the gun went off. So most likely somebody got the gun after Kelsey and Meg was fighting. Some of them 2 grabbed a gun, and the other males exited the car and tried to, because they said the males were jumping the big girl, which the only big girl was Megan.
Now let me tell y'all this. There's no way that those 5 shots went off like that, and they were tussling over the gun. Because the first time
5 shots though.
Listen, the first time it was on to get recoil.
1 second. I feel like none of us were there, right? So the most we can do is speculate.
The most we can do is speculate.
No, I know guns. I know guns.
But the most we can do in this case is speculate because there's so many unknowns, right?
Yeah.
There's no way to tussle over a gun
But
and y'all 5 times. Pop. No, ma'am.
That's true.
No, ma'am.
That's not true. I don't like
that's not true.
Force me to educate on guns. Like that's not true. It
not on a semi-automatic handgun. Not on a semi-automatic.
We're arguing over a point that hasn't been quantified. Like we don't have forensic evidence with us to know exactly what.
Only the gunshot.
They do have shell cases. They have
on everybody. I just gotta ask everybody a question in the comment section. Ask yourself this question. And this is very important to everything that's happening right now. Did you like this video?
Hi, Jeremy.
Okay.
Did y'all like the video? Because I see 39 likes, but it's 73 people in here.
Oh, that's not right.
It's probably my fault they're not liking the video. I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Jeremy is up here. I'm fighting for my life right now. I'm fighting for Megan.
Stop.
I'm fighting for her heels. I'm fighting for every part of the stallion.
Stop.
Those knees.
But Jeremy, do you see how, what I'm trying to say to you is all this back and forth that we're doing, all of this right here is what the jury, not like the personal opinion, all that, but all of this, evidence contradicting each other is what the jury is going to review. And if it's not beyond a reasonable doubt, they can't find him guilty.
We'll see.
Yeah, and if he gets found guilty, I will apologize. Jeremy, if they find him guilty, I will get up on this live and I will apologize, and I will say, Jeremy, you were right. I should have never questioned this girl.
Okay, then
I will get up on here, but I'm saying not guilty. I'm gonna stand for and say she did lie.
And gonna be like us.
I'm just saying, like, Miss Rob, what are you talking about? I can't force people to come. Like, people
They
who
just
you
mad
can
because
come up
we
to the
not.
panel and make it better if you feel that way.
No, they
Miss
just mad
Rob, I'm
because
sorry
we're
you don't
not
know the law,
having
honey.
our
It's not
favors
our fault.
given.
You don't know the law, sweetheart.
But that's the thing. Like for me personally, like I don't like this man.
I don't
I
like them either.
would prefer him to be gone. However that is, right? Like, and when I say gone, I don't mean like off the earth. I just mean like just quiet, being mature and respectful, and just not shooting and hitting people, right? But when I look at the actual court case, like there are some agreements where you have to admit that it's not a clean case, right? And that's why I just tend to stick closer to that woman was shot. If I were Meg, everybody going to jail. If I were Meg, I would have every right to be crying, emotional, upset, and mad. But for some reason, people want her to not be all that because why? She slept with someone. Whether she slept with someone or not is not justification for her to be shot. Whether if they were tussling, and this is all speculation, if they're tussling in the back seat or whatever, that's one thing. But then to come and malign this woman in the media is just disgusting to
But
me.
she maligned him too. They all was in the shit. They
Shot me.
all were in the
I'm
shit.
sorry. If you shot me, I'm maligning the world behind it because I feel like
The real behind it.
They all
But
like
until Wednesday, when she got on that stand, she has firmly said, Tori, I saw you shoot me. But when she got on the stand, she testified, no, I did not see Tori shoot me. So if
I,
Tori this
but
entire time has said, I'm innocent, I'm going to malign you too because you're lying on me.
no, I feel like we are doing that. I don't like that part of it because like if you got shot and you know like you were just in an argument and you're all drunk, you have a right to be emotional about it. You have a right to be upset about it. And if you in some inkling thinks that it's him, and if your other drunk friends in some inkling thinks that it's him, you can't blame that girl for how she reacted. You can't because
But
none
in
of
your
us.
discussion, for what you just said, he got a right to be like that too. Which
What's
I
the
mean,
right? I'm sorry, but I'm sorry.
If
Wait,
he
she has a
didn't
right
do
to
it,
her
he has the
emotions.
let
right
me
to
say
say,
this.
I did not
Let me
do
say
that.
this. If me and Jeremy, Jeremy, I'm using you because you're like the neutral party, right? But if me and Jeremy were in a car, right, and I had a gun in that car, Jeremy gets shot by the gun, regardless of how that shot was fired, right? Jeremy, tell me this. Do you want to hear me tell you that this was your fault or that you did something wrong or anything else other than, look, I am responsible for the gun that's there and I should be more cognizant of all this? Because I feel like saying that Tori has a right to be emotional takes away his responsibility from having that gun in that car. That's how I feel.
Who
You
said
just
he had the gun
explained
in the
his text
car?
message.
Well, how the gun got there, it flew.
There were
You
4
just
people
kind
in
of
the car. Who said it's Tori's?
I think that you're kind of like skipping and hopping around this thing because
Not at all. I've stood very firm on what I believe.
yeah, I know that.
Well,
But
I
like even
think a lot of people are confusing the facts of what happened with the facts that are allowed in court. I think
but
that's
no, we're not
why
confusing that because I already started to say like what's proven in court is completely different. That's why I said him being proven guilty for me is completely different from him actually being guilty. Him being proven guilty is a difficult path, and that's what we've been.
So are we talking about court or are we talking about personal feelings?
It's not a feeling. That man is guilty for shooting that woman. He's just smart enough to get away with it.
How do you know he's
If
guilty for
that's what
shooting
he
her?
I
said.
mean, you can't say
You wouldn't even have that idea if Megan didn't
If
say
I
Tori
owned
shot
the
me on her
gun,
IG Live, which she just
sweetheart,
said Wednesday she
I
does
own
not
the
know
gun.
happened.
If I owned the gun that shot Jeremy, that's right, sitting right there. I'm sorry. I don't get to say that, oh, we were all drunk, or I don't get to. I'm an adult. I don't
Tori's
get.
That
not a
was Tori's
felon.
gun?
it
That
was
was Tori's gun?
it was his gun. It is his gun.
I
Who
think
said it was his gun?
I think
It
you
was
muted
his
it.
gun.
Hear me
But if he was a felon,
talking. I can't hear you.
we can't hear you, Jeremy.
Jeremy, I think you muted
I
yourself.
was saying, like, they keep on saying how much I love you. They say, Jeremy, you must love Monique.
People hate the truth. I don't get why people hate the truth. It's weird
is it the
how
I
truth
people
or
do,
hate
just
the
but
what
like,
you
truth.
want to
y'all, I
believe
really
though?
do love Monique. I love her immensely.
Jeremy, the people in the
And I love
comments
him
want us
too.
to be on
Megan
here.
could, I mean, not Megan, but Monique could call me a couple bitches and I'll be okay.
No, Jeremy, the people
What?
in the comments want us to be on here like full blown hotties standing for Meg. That's what they want.
And if there's, I'm not a Tory. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not a
I
fan
have
of
no dog in this fight, but I can still look at it and say, hey, this is not making sense. Just
No,
because
I
the
mean-
only reason y'all think Megan is, or the only reason y'all think Tory did it is because Megan said he did it. Was she just testified in court saying, I don't know he did it. But you
Nah,
can't
that's not
deny that
just.
I want
completely.
y'all to
I
know
think,
that
like-
it's y'all have an open invitation to come up here if y'all want to argue on Megan's behalf and like in favor of her being correct. Y'all can come up here because I've been up here doing it by myself this whole time.
But that's
You
not,
know power is
Please
helping you.
come up.
I can
sounds like y'all been
Bring
jumping
the
on fire a
facts.
couple of times.
No.
like I
No
can
one is
agree
saying
that
like, I'm not saying she didn't get. I'm not saying she's lying about being shot. I
I'm
100%
neutral.
believe that she was shot. I just don't think I don't think she knows who shot her. I don't think she knows who pulled that trigger.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who shot her is all
Who
speculation.
shot her is what is on trial. She's
Exactly.
saying Corey shot her, and I don't think he shot her.
Okay, but if you own that gun and that gun shot someone, like, isn't there a repercussion for that?
Who
No,
said he owned
It
the
depends on the
gun?
what
state.
happened? You have to know like the circumstances.
I'm
Who
sorry.
said he?
I can
Who said he didn't know that gun was in the car? So who said he owned the gun?
Let me see, because I think the charge is being in possession of a gun, not necessarily he's the. So he could or could not be the. I'm pretty sure he was the owner of that gun. But you
No,
cannot.
if all six of us on this panel were in a Suburban and the car was registered to me and none of us said that's my gun, it would be on me because it's my car. That's what happened to Tory.
I think. Let me look
No,
up
ma'am.
the
It
charge
could
is
be
being
one
in
gun
possession.
in the car and somebody say it's my gun and we all could catch a gun case. That's how it works. in
Yeah,
most
he's not even supposed to be around a gun.
My thing
He's
is,
not a
like,
felon.
there isn't anything that we could
He's not
say.
a felon.
But here's the thing, right?
He's not a
Like,
felon or was on
there
probation.
isn't anything that we can say to allow Monique to
I want to say
maybe
I got experience with something like what y'all just mentioned. That happened to me when I was younger. I literally had just hit 18. You don't have to be a part or have anything. If you're in a situation and everybody's lying, I was in a situation where I just went out on a date with this person, just graduated high school, working at Finish Line, and the guy was a nice guy, had no issues. We were supposed to be going out on a date, and he stopped at a place to drop his friend off after he came and picked me up from work. When he came and picked me up from work, we were supposed to be dropping the guy off, and the guy says, "Hey, you guys look so good. Y'all going downtown, going out to eat or going out to see a movie. I want to go with y'all. I'm about to go get my girl and go get dressed. Y'all stay here." The place he said to stay here was a place that he had just snitched on his own brother, that his brother had, I guess because he got caught up earlier in the week that he was selling drugs or whatever. So he snitched on his brother. We don't know them. He told us to stay at that place because he was about to come back. And then all of a sudden a raid happened. You don't have to actually be a part of something just because something happened in that moment to end up becoming a part of that moment or a part of that situation. Like sometimes things happen and you end up getting grouped into something that you'd never signed up for or didn't know.
And that's part of the reason why Kelsey's lawyers are telling her, try not to have to answer anything, because whatever you answer later on, you could be up on this trying to explain it away about yourself.
Facts. And I had just hit 18 and I told they was like, since none of y'all talking, we taking all y'all to jail. I told y'all ain't asked me shit.
No,
That's what happened that night. Everybody went to jail except for Megan, and that's because she went to the hospital. Everybody would have been arrested that night. So no, Tory was not in possession of the gun. I know y'all want to say that, but it's not true.
Tory.
I
Oh
got-
my God,
Girl who
Jeremy,
just
your
shared
fans
the
in the
story.
comments are just.
Hey, I got a question
think-
for the girl who just
I think we part of the Tory Stan Club, and we said multiple times we don't like this man, and we're not on.
Ignore the comments. They're crazy.
Hey,
They're
I got a
crazy
question
people.
for the girl who just shared the story. Like, first, I'm really sorry that happened to you. Like, that was probably very traumatic. So I really appreciate you sharing, right? I have a question. Since your perspective is as someone who has gotten caught up, what do you think about all this? Like, your honest opinions.
My honest opinion, honestly, is I feel like there were things that happened and Meg is kind of embarrassed to say, which is causing this to go farther than it needs to be. And then there you have other people who are playing a part of it, which is again is causing it farther to go than it needs to be, because I had to go to a point where they say the case goes upstairs. Like, I've never been in trouble in my life. I'm not a person who comes from like a type of situation or family who deals with stuff like this, yet it depends on the people you're around. Sometimes the things that they say that can put you in a predicament like that. And you have no control over it. You have to be there. You have to go to the court. You have to say what was going on. Even though you did nothing, you have to be there and be a part of it, which I understand why Meg feels the way she feels when she says, I can't believe I got to go through this. I can't believe I got to say this. I can't believe I got to go through the same situation. Because it's like, I'm not a person who did anything wrong, but her lying, I do feel it didn't help. When my case, I didn't care to tell, because one, I just turned 18 and I had no reason to lie. I didn't know the people at fault.
Mm-hmm. You know what's so funny to me with all this? Everybody is always talking about protect Black women, protect Black women. But as soon as it's like a Black woman says something that y'all don't like, now it's, oh, she needs to be under the jail. She needs to be dead. She needs to be this. And it's like, is it Uchi Wally or is it one mic? Like,
Wait,
what is it?
who said that?
Okay,
No, just online.
now
Just
look, you
discourse
ain't got to cuss me out like that. I know I was the one who said
just
that, but I
discourse that
apologize.
I've seen online. I wasn't talking about you, Jeremy, but I'm saying that
Okay.
I
apologize, and I took it back. I recanted my statement too.
I'm not talking about you, Jeremy. I'm just saying what I've seen
Okay.
online. Like, me personally, I'm protect Black women. Like, even when they're wrong, I'm not about to be like, this Black woman needs to be killed. She needs to be this. She needs to be that. This type of stuff that I've been seeing online about Kelsey, despite how you feel about her, to be saying her baby's funny looking, her baby should be dead, her baby daddy's this,
Who
she's
said
that. People have been saying disgusting things about Kelsey online.
I did say.
So I'm like, is it only protect Black women when you like the Black women, but when you don't like the Black women, it's not protect her at all. Like, fuck her. She should be killed. She should be this. She should be that.
That's why I apologize, because I let my emotions get the best of me. Because that first day when she played this game of I don't know, I can't remember, I can't recall, bitch, I was 89 degrees hot.
But
I was ready. I was saying, Megan, I was like, Megan, call it peoples. Get the peoples on her, Megan. Like, put a hit on her.
It was just Aunt Jemima. When Aunt Jemima with the bonnet came on. What's his name? Jackson. Aunt Jemima.
Derek Jackson's wife?
Yeah, that's the only person I feel like she deserved it all. Wait, she put out curses on people.
I mean, I feel like you can be upset with a person and hold them accountable without saying disgusting things like they need to die, their kid needs to be shot, or things like that. Like, that's some of the nasty things I've seen being said about Kelsey. I'm like, is Kelsey?
I don't support that.
Yeah, so like I don't know. Like I don't like, of course I feel like everyone's lying, but me personally, I do feel like there's a lot more going on behind the scenes, and Kelsey's probably the one that can't help herself or can't get out of the situation, right? Meg has money. She could fly anywhere. Kelsey doesn't. She still lives in the hood. So
she does not live in the hood.
She doesn't live in the hood.
No, follow me. She still interacts with these people.
That doesn't mean she don't live in the hood, because Drake got the money he got, and he the same people.
Shut up.
I don't know. I'm just saying more as like a choice, maybe, that she knows these people. Like, when she says like, I'm from here, like, maybe those are like, even though we can see better for Chelsea, she probably is not thinking past that. And I don't know what her motives are.
And that's another thing too. Like, people try to make it seem like Kelsey is this like lowly girl who's a bum. Like, I'm from Houston. I'm actually from Houston. Kelsey actually helped put Meg on. Like, Meg is the talent, but Kelsey had connections in Houston, and that's why she hired her as her assistant, her publicist. Like,
Thank you for confirming that because they called me crazy the other day when I said
Don't call me they. Call me Jeremy.
Jeremy TV called me
Bitch. Okay, call
crazy
me
when I
by
said
my
that the
name.
other
No,
day.
they're trying to make it seem like
Call me by my
Kelsey's just
name.
like
It wasn't just you, Jeremy. It was you and all your little fans.
I'm about
Kelsey has businesses. Like she does Airbnb. She has like multiple Airbnb properties.
Thank
Like
you.
that's one of her multiple sources of income. And she is very well connected in Houston, and was like her helping with like her promoting her concerts and stuff like that. So Kelsey was like on before Meg came along. So people are trying to make it seem like she's this like dirty foot girl from the projects that Megan rescued and stuff.
Not
like
at all.
true.
Yeah, I don't know her backstory, but I really want to drop. But Jeremy, before I go, I discovered your videos like maybe 2 to 3 days ago, and they're awesome. Like you're like one of my favorite YouTubers now. So yeah, just wanted to say that and wish you all the best.
Come back sometime, Sunflower.
Yeah, Sunflower, and I wasn't mad at you personally because you kept calling Tori short. I was just saying it didn't help your point.
It's
Girl,
not
it helped my
lies.
point. I
Meg's
still feel those
mom
ways, but I
and
do.
Tori helped her, and Kelsey helped her.
Huh? No, I
Yeah,
definitely feel like
it's
Tori's
like
disgusting.
lies.
He's short and all these kind of things. But I only refrained because I felt like you were offended by that, I guess.
No, I wasn't. I just wanted you to have like a valid point without insulting his
No,
physical
I'm gonna
appearance.
insult.
It's the same way we talk about Marcel having like a waist trainer on, like big hips.
I mean, like, yeah, I was like, if that's the case, then we need to hold Monique accountable for calling Megan a couple of bitches a couple of times.
And
I didn't do that on live. I did that on Twitter.
No, that's not okay. It should be if it's gonna be protect Black women, we need to protect Black women even when they do something we don't like.
I've never said okay. Well, I'm not going to leave that alone.
Does Marcel count as?
he don't count as people.
Who, child? Y'all.
Was anyone like there or like paying or anyone who was there like when this first went down? Like, was anyone there who actually watched like Kylie's live? Because I feel like I caught.
So you guys,
I was at home watching the live. I was watching it live.
Can I ask y'all a question? So if they're gonna be showing like the ring light footage that was in somebody's house that kind of caught what happened, does that mean that they're like we'll see if there was a fight outside or something?
No, it wasn't the ring camera video. It's not video. Like all it captured was audio.
That's what it read. I was hoping that possibly it would catch a little something, but from how they presented it seems like it's just going to be audio when it happened.
They weren't like in the vantage point of the ring light for it to capture anything, but the ring light like heard the audio of the shots going off.
Yeah, it was only the shots.
I had that video and feel on eBay trying to get some money because I would.
Yeah, they're calling a witness who saw two women fighting. He never said it was Meg and Kelsey fighting. He just said I was standing on my balcony and I saw two women fighting, or what appeared to be two women fighting.
Was he looking in Kylie's backyard?
No, this was when they were on Sunset.
No, they was driving. Yeah, they was driving and stopped the truck and got out. I don't know. That's why I'm like, if anybody actually watched this, like in real time, like I remember watching this. I'm sitting up. I ain't had to go to work that day, but I was sitting up watching it. I'm like, I saw the weirdness and how Meg acted when they had the live with Kylie and, Corey in the back flirting with Kylie and all that type of stuff. But at the same time, like when this popped up a couple hours after that happened, like it made sense. And Tasha K was on there immediately. I know saying Tasha K is probably like, don't say it.
Kelsey.
Yeah, I get it. But she did say, the things she did say were the things that were brought up in the case, and they did confirm. This case was accurate.
No, stop it. Y'all stop. Wait, is it because we're saying Tasha K, Jeremy? Is it because we said Tasha K?
Yeah, I don't like her I don't like her.
I get why he say that, and I feel the same way. But what she said it that night before we had any information from any one of the people who were actually there. Like before Meg said something, before Kelsey, shit, she damn near R. Kelly. Kelsey, what's the other? Tori, before any of them said anything, she literally said everything that they're talking about now. But she said it that specific night as soon as that came on TMZ.
Yes, anyone who's followed this case is not surprised by anything that's happening in court right now.
Yeah, and they said it was a physical fight. They said Kelsey got out of the truck, whoever it is. They said they woke up by somebody arguing, and that when they came out to their balcony and looked out, they saw someone, a female, get out of the truck, go around to the passenger side, open the door, and then they were fighting the woman that was in the front seat, which was Meg. Because they already said she was taller. There was a short and tall. I mean, Meg 7 foot, Kelsey about 2 feet.
Megan's
No,
not no damn
it's really easy to tell who is who at this point. It's only 2 women.
Megan, well, she's 5'10", not 7 foot.
I mean, they could have thought Tori was a girl. He only 2 foot nothing. I mean, 5'2".
But he ain't got no ponytail. We know he can't make no hair.
Yeah, but he petite.
Mm-hmm.
Megan already said she was in a thong and obviously a woman, so we're not gonna go there.
Yeah.
So they have left to testify. They're saying Corey Gamble is coming. The witness who says he saw 2 women fighting.
Yeah, but they for the defense. What does the prosecution have left?
I think. Oh, the prosecution. All they're gonna do tomorrow is play the audio, the 80-minute audio of Kelsey, but they don't. I don't think they have any witnesses to call.
Prosecution needs to rest.
When they mentioned the part where they saw all of them basically, like one of the witnesses said, like it was a bunch of them jumping one female. Because I feel like that one female was Meg, and I feel like if that was the case, then maybe she had the gun and they were all trying to get the gun from her.
I don't even want to put that theory out there because that'll truly bring out the hate.
Heard that, I literally listened to them saying that whoever the neighbor was that was watching this before the gunshot went off said they saw the woman come out, they were fighting, then all of a sudden all the rest of them got out. And I'm thinking because like they said, Tori's gun was, well, not Tori, I'm not gonna say allegedly, whatever. The Glock was in the front seat.
Right, which is where Megan was.
Moved to the front seat.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying she got out after Kelsey came around to whoop her ass because they're saying Kelsey whooped her ass, even though Kelsey's shorter, which will make sense why Tori was trying to pull Kelsey or drag or grab Kelsey hair, is if he was trying to get her off of Meg and Meg possibly grabbed the gun, and then they all like trying to stop Meg and down there like whooping her ass like, no, you're not about to shoot nobody, stop.
They said that in court?
No, I'm not saying in court. I'm saying like literally when this happened.
In the night of, that's what they said. That's a good point. I never even thought of that. I always thought it was Megan beating up Kelsey, and that's why Kelsey grabbed the gun.
No, they made it seem like it was the opposite way around. They said the neighbor said, like literally, they said the neighbor said that it was Kelsey whooping the taller girl.
Yeah, you're right, and that makes sense why Kelsey didn't have any bruises on her.
Yeah, they said
she did have bruises on her, and they showed those photos in court.
They said she had bruises on her. She had a bruise on her leg. She had a ball patch.
Yeah, she had bruises.
They said she had blood on her leg. They didn't say she had any bruises.
She had bruises, and they actually showed photos, and she said she don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then
that's different from yesterday because we were trying to find her pictures
dragging her away because he probably was trying to get her off of Megan. Because
she did have a bald spot. But yesterday we were trying to find the pictures of Kelsey beaten up. We couldn't find them.
I mean, who you gonna say, the bitch with the money or?
No, well, I want to stay on what they said in court because that's all that matters. Not, No,
all of it matters because they bringing up things that didn't happen in court. They bringing up what was said that wasn't said in court.
Oh,
everything matters.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at what was said in court because I'm looking at it from the perspective of a juror, and if this was presented to me as a juror, I would be like, first of all, why did y'all waste my damn time? Two, this is a messy ass case. Like, what is all this? It's just like the prosecution really fumbled. Like,
they never should have brought this to court.
For them to say, oh, the witness didn't testify how we anticipated, that is really bad as a prosecutor. You're supposed to like be able to predict all your witnesses, like what they're gonna say.
You can't.
I mean,
can.
you're supposed to be
And
able
that's why
to.
they didn't give her transactional immunity, because they wasn't sure what she was about to say. Because
They
it's
didn't give her
really different
transactional, but they
stories
did state
for
on the
everybody.
record that they can't charge her for anything that she testifies to. So it's basically transactional. They just didn't say
No,
it's
it's not,
transactional.
because they can charge her. They just can't use anything she says on the stand, which y'all don't understand. Like, I keep trying to tell y'all, I've seen it happen. Like, what they could do is to say something. We not gonna get it from what she said. We gonna find another way to get it.
But they also said they will not charge her. They said on the record, we will not charge her for anything related to this crime. So even if they come out and say, dang, she did shoot her, they won't charge her for it.
She has to have immunity in order for them not to charge her. If she does not
Right.
have
They put it on the
transactional,
record.
No, she
But
does,
they
but
put
she does not have complete. She does not have
She doesn't have
absolute
complete immunity.
immunity.
That's
but they
Jeremy,
put it on the
exactly.
record. It's the same thing.
The fact that she doesn't have complete immunity is why she's not being 100% truthful, because
Right.
there's certain things that are that could incriminate her. That's why she pled the fifth.
Right. So she has three options. She has
If
use
you know,
immunity, she has what they said they will not charge her with, and she has that she can use the Fifth Amendment.
if
She's
you know you
covered.
So my question
shoot
to
your
you is this:
friend.
Can I ask you a question to every single one of y'all on the panel?
Mhm.
After, like, suppose you're in Megan's position, what would you have done after you have realized that you have been shot? What would have been
If
your
it was
course of action?
me, if it was me and I had realized that I had been shot, like, what do you mean? Like, in context of like, what would you like follow?
In the context of what happened, and you didn't know who it could have been, how would you go about
If
this?
I didn't know who shot me, I wouldn't be getting online and saying definitively this person shot me. If it was iffy, if I was drunk as hell, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're saying she was drinking, but
I would have said something at the hospital. I would have told the whole story how it went down at the hospital. Once they patching me up and I'm good, I'd have been like, look, one of them was hurt me. Y'all need to figure out which one it was. This is what happened. This is how it went down. Go get them. And then y'all come tell me what happened.
I would have been like, I would have been like, yeah, if I don't know who shot, if it was all a blur, if I was drinking, I'd be like, okay, obviously my foot is fucked up. Something happened to me. I don't know who did it. But here's what I remember. And just said that story. But she definitively got on IG Live and said, Tori shot me. And
but she didn't even have to say that. All she had to say at the hospital was, I was with them three. Y'all say I'm shot. I thought it was glass. Go get them. Them three. One of them did it. So who else? Wasn't nobody else around.
She didn't say that in
the hospital did not tell her she was shot.
She didn't say she was shot in the hospital. She said she stepped on glass.
The doctor said he.
Hello, if she said he had a gun,
no, I'm not.
I'm telling you what I would do.
I'm not talking to you, Shan. Somebody in the comments was like, she said that in the hospital. She didn't say that. She said she stepped on glass.
She didn't.
Oh yeah.
Well, if it was me, Jeremy, I just would have been like, hey, my foot is fucked up. I don't know what happened. Some shit just went down in the car. But here's all that I remember, and then just let the police figure out the rest from there. But the problem is that Megan, like, this whole thing started because Megan definitively, without question, said Tori is the one that shot me, and now we're here today.
After telling 4 other stories before definitively saying that Tori did it.
But the fact that Kelsey is pleading the fifth, like, you only plead the fifth when you don't want to incriminate. You don't want to say anything to incriminate yourself.
What y'all don't understand is she can still be charged with stuff. If she's not doing what the prosecutors want her to do, they could come back after she testified and say, okay, we're charging you with assault. We charging you with the gun, because somebody just said in the comments that in California, if nobody take claim of the gun, it's everybody's gun. So we charging you with the gun because neither one of y'all took charge of the gun. So we charging you with the gun. We charging you with the assault because y'all was fighting, and we don't know who started what or what because y'all not saying, but we do have proof that y'all was fighting. It's a lot of charges she can get from this, and I don't think people understand. When you say immunity, people think like, oh, you got immunity, you can say whatever you want to say. No, she got use immunity, which
but
means
out of desperation, the prosecution said, we will not charge you no matter what. I understand that you're saying she didn't get blanket.
It doesn't matter, because if it's not documented,
if it's said on the record, that's the same thing.
No, ma'am.
She has changed her story. What are y'all talking about? On Gayle King, she said she never slept with that man, but then on the stand, she said she did sleep with that man. In the interview, she said in her IG live, she said her back was turned and then she got shot. But then on the stand set, she said, my back was turned, but I slightly turned my head to the left and I saw him with the gun. She's flip-flopped on her story so many times. Like, it's okay.
She also said she never put her hands on anybody and that it was just an argument.
She said she never fought with anybody.
She said she wasn't involved. She said she wasn't even
She said she
arguing,
wasn't
but now
involved
we know
in
she
the argument
was.
whatsoever. Like, why is
Right.
it so hard for y'all to understand? Like, a person can be a victim and still lies. They can still
Exactly.
be a liar. Two things can be true. You can be a victim of a shooting and also have told lies. Why is it so hard for y'all to understand?
Because they're not following the case.
I just want to say how important it is when it comes to people just being honest. Like, I had two relatives, two younger cousins who one of them got murdered by somebody that was around because whatever issue it was, but because the other person who was there who survived didn't tell when he was in a hospital and he made it, my other younger cousin, who was the brother of the other person, got killed because he didn't say anything, who we consider like family, but someone so close. But because he didn't say anything, my other cousin got murdered because he got in the same car with this same person thinking they were friends, the whole time not noticing, never known that he murdered his brother the day after. Like, people sit here and they think it's, well, no, they didn't have to say anything or she could have waited. No, like, you not saying anything makes a huge difference, especially if you're trying to later on say how dangerous this person is. You not saying something, you put other people in danger. Like, I sit here and dealt with the death of one relative, one of my younger cousins, and then I hugged one of my other cousins who's his brother, not knowing that morning when I'm taking and dropping my son off from daycare, when the news is on the TV and they're saying they found a body who was shot in the car and the person was shot in the back of the head. Oh, this is going to be my cousin who I just hugged last night. Like, it's important to sit here and speak up and say something. Like, I feel like it was stupid of her to just not say anything when she was in.
We are following the case. Sorry, go ahead. We are following the case. I said up here, I said the gun was Tory's and he wasn't supposed to be in possession of it. Y'all are just upset because we're not like blindly following your fave and, oh, Megan, we're rooting for you. We're rooting for you. Like, two things can be true. A person can be a victim of something, but they can also be a liar. She has changed her story multiple times.
I just don't
I'm not looking at the comments, so I don't even know what they're saying.
No, it's just like it's not even this comment section. Just people online are just like, oh, if you don't believe Megan 100%, then you hate women. It's like, no, I mean,
It's so crazy. I mean, they are not thinking at all.
believe women, yes, but also verify. Believe but verify.
Because if we're supposed to believe women, well, there's two black women here, Kelsey versus Megan. So who do we believe?
It's just too much, but I don't know. I think everybody's lying, and everyone has a reason to lie to protect themselves. Tory has a reason to lie to not go to jail. Meg has a reason to lie to protect her career. Kelsey has a reason to lie because she obviously did something. You wouldn't plead the fifth if you didn't do anything that's incriminating.
Okay, y'all. I think I had enough for tonight. I think I'm Megan Thee Stallion out.
I am too. I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted until tomorrow when we have to pick this back up after this 90, after this 80.
Same Tory panel on tomorrow night.
Huh?
I want the same exact. What are we? The Tory fan panel, according to the comments. I want us right back on tomorrow.
I am not a part of the Tory fan panel, and I really want y'all to understand that I believe Megan. I don't agree. I think that Tory shot Megan, and I think that Kelsey got paid off and is covering up. But you know, I can't make nobody agree with me. No. I'm by myself on this panel.
I do think Megan was shot. Or shot at. I think she was for sure injured. Like, that's without a doubt. But I don't think Megan knows who shot her. And I don't think it was just Tory that did it.
Well, both of them motherfuckers need to go to jail.
Exactly, both of them. But the case is against Tory. It's not against Tory.
Well, he's one of two.
Well, they
Right,
should have
somebody
brought
gotta
it
go
against
down
Tori and
for it.
Kelsey. They should have brought it against Tori. They should have been co-defendants, but that's not.
Tori probably should have told the truth too. Maybe this wouldn't be happening,
Everybody
right?
should have told the truth from the very beginning. We
Well,
wouldn't
Megan
even
was
be in
shot.
this
At the
mess.
end of the day, whoever she didn't know, she gonna guess who. I guess
Well,
she just
no,
gonna guess
Megan
we're
like
not doing
which one is the
guesses.
better, smarter choice, right?
Well, she should have picked
Jeremy,
Kelsey. That was the smarter
Jeremy,
choice.
Jeremy, if it was
Right.
if your freedom was on the line right now, would you want them to have definitive proof and
I
good evidence?
wouldn't be in this position. I'm sorry.
But Jeremy, if
But just
I'm
put
just saying,
yourself in a position.
and I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If I possibly shot somebody, I wouldn't be upset if they did what they did.
No, me
It's not
personally, if
it's
I was on
defending
trial for
yourself.
something, if I was on trial for something, I don't want to be convicted based on shaky evidence. I listen, if you got something against me, I want it to be beyond a shadow of a reasonable doubt. Like I don't want my 22 years for shaky evidence. Fuck no. Even if I did it, fuck no. You need to come hard. It's your burden of proof. It's your case to prove.
And that's why he'll get 0 years.
I don't know about him getting 0 years, but I do think it's a shaky case. Like it's not clear cut. The prosecution presented it in opening statements. We have definitive evidence that Tori did this, and every day since then it's been shaky. And
Why would one of the jurors get drunk before, like at the recess? Why would he do that?
It's a whole mess.
Because he was
They
out.
stressed
He
out.
was
The
out
judge
for
is probably
work.
getting drunk too.
Why the fuck is this happening? I want to know, is them switching out alternative jurors? Is this gonna help the case or make it or make it worse?
It won't matter.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll see. When is this trial like concluded?
It's only supposed to be 10 days.
Yeah,
They'll be done by
I'm
Monday.
like, I am tired. I'm tired of covering this. I'm tired, and it's only been day 4.
I've been looking at this as like it's young
I'm
and
tired of
restless.
everybody. Like all these motherfuckers just need to go away. Like y'all
This
are all
is like and I'm not getting paid for none of these videos. On top of
None
that,
of them.
What?
Thank you, Jeremy, for the love. Because they're all demonetized.
they every single one has been demonetized. I'm not getting paid for none of these.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I'm gonna send you a cast.
Jeremy,
and
appreciate
the reasoning is because the terminology and the language that we're using, even though we're really not cursing like that, the fact that we're saying murder, shot, all of that, they want you to say pow pow and all of that.
I've been saying pow
childish
pow.
bullshit. Yeah, so it's very hard to get these videos monetized because I refuse to
Just
say
start that video off with that. Like put some type of reminder so people can stop
I'm
doing
not
it.
gonna follow along with that shit. I'm not about to say pow pow. I'm grown as hell.
I like saying pow pow.
Say
This is the first time I've said pop out since I stopped watching Bugs Bunny.
Wow.
Like I'm saying, like it's so ridiculous.
I'm ready for this to be over. And Jeremy, like I said, if he comes out, if he is guilty, I will get on here and I will apologize to you.
I'll get on camera on my knees and show everybody sending you that $150. I promise.
now I'm about to wash Jeremy's feet.
I will get on here and I will apologize to you and I will never question you again. But just know,
I'm a questioner.
If it's the opposite, I'm gonna stand firm in my shit and I'll be like, see, Jeremy, I told you this girl was a liar. This case was shaky and all of this was inconsistent. So
I mean, we all kind of concluded that Megan has lied about some stuff. We all have concluded that there is shaky evidence. Yes, and we
Jeremy, don't try to backtrack now.
I'm not backtracking. I'm not.
Jeremy came to the light.
I never once denied that what y'all said is true. I never once denied that. I'm just saying, don't leave everything out. When Monique is talking about, she said, I plead the fifth. She also said, I didn't shoot the girl and she didn't see Tori do it. But she never said Tori didn't shoot the girl. That's all I was trying to say. If we gonna just talk, let's talk about every word that was said. Don't just skip over some things. Subconsciously,
because they're trying to be slick with what they say. Like, no, I didn't point up, take a gun, point it up and shoot you, but that doesn't mean I'm not responsible for a gun going off and a bullet actually hitting you.
Jeremy and King M need a YouTube channel together. The funny thing about it is I told her I wanted her to be a part of the channel before, but she don't want to do it. So
I'm shy, guys.
Girl, bye.
Listen, but Jeremy, if he is found out guilty, will you like own up to it and just be like, look,
I mean, I'm gonna still feel like he did it, but like I will say, well, he was not found guilty. I don't know what you would want me to say.
Yeah,
We
not
want
guilty is
you to
not
be like,
innocent.
look,
They don't mean the same thing.
they don't mean
Not guilty don't
not
mean
guilty and innocent are not the same thing. You
Right.
can be not guilty. Look at OJ Simpson. OJ Simpson.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm saying I believe he did it.
And OJ
But
did that.
like, I mean, like, but what I mean, like, but if he is found not guilty, what is it that you want me to come on?
I
And say?
want you to come on here and say we shouldn't be so quick to always believe a woman and side with her because she's a woman and not look at the facts. Like, believe,
I mean, but I feel like there are to me that also prove they could have done it. And you can't sit here and lie and act like there isn't. Yeah, you can poke holes in it, but there's a possibility that it could have been true. It could go either way, I guess.
No, because Jeremy, I've been following your coverage. Jeremy, I've been following your coverage on this from the beginning. There were some times where you were like so leaning towards Megan didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
She's innocent. She's not lying. There were times where
that was really more so in the beginning of the trial.
That's before he saw any facts.
Huh?
He really was just believing what Megan said, which is unfortunate. But that's why I love Jeremy, because he has a genuine heart. But yes, the lesson learned here is you cannot trust and believe everybody.
Did I not after Kelsey's testimony, did I not start questioning things?
You did, and that you were genuinely hurt.
Monique had to come on here and fight for her life with you. You were still pushing back.
No, like, no,
Monique had to come on here windmilling with you.
No, that's because Monique be coming on here playing fucking games. Monique literally stated a quote from Kelsey and omitted a piece of something that was very integral to the whole point that we were all making. She did that on purpose.
What was that? I don't even remember.
Stop playing with me, Monique.
I really don't.
You do know. I don't remember. You do know what I'm talking about. You said that she only said, I plead the fifth. I don't remember when she said, I did not shoot Megan.
No, they said,
I don't know. I did not see who shot her.
No, she invoked the Fifth Amendment when they said, did you see Tory shoot her? She said, I'd like to invoke my Fifth Amendment right. They said, Kelsey, you're not being charged. She said, I want immunity. I never said she said that when they said, did you do it? She always said she didn't do it. But when they asked, did Tory do it? That's when she asked for the Fifth Amendment.
Why?
Or she's covering for him.
I don't think she's covering for that nigga. I think she's
covering. Not. She has no reason to cover for him.
But like, have y'all heard reports that said that like her counsel? Well, okay, my question is this: then how doesn't she know if Tory paid for her lawyer or not?
She don't know who paid for her lawyer.
How don't you know who paid for your fucking lawyer?
All you know is you're in court.
Oh my fucking God! This is why I get.
No, I don't think
y'all were playing games.
No. Remember, I said I believe that Tory gave the money to somebody who funneled it through 1501, and they paid. I mean,
I don't know who paid for the lawyer, but I don't think like Tory could have paid for her lawyer. He couldn't have paid for her lawyer. But
why wouldn't she just say he did not pay for my lawyer?
It would be smart. It would be wise if Tory did pay for her lawyer because he's gonna get off.
But you know what? It could be a possibility that she don't know.
But why would like her
that
lawyer?
Don't happen? That happens.
I mean, you're right about that, Jeremy. Like, I would know who paid for my damn lawyer.
I mean, a lawyer that I didn't know
because that's common sense. The motherfucker ain't gonna just magically appear.
But see, what y'all don't understand is there's a back door to all this thing, and if there's somebody that does not want Tory to go to jail, and they could be the person that's kind of handling this and that without Tory touching it. Two things can be true. It could be done for Tory without Tory doing it.
And Jeremy,
that's why I think it was 1501.
Jeremy, I don't know why people keep trying to say that Kelsey is covering for Tory when Tory's lawyer is trying to pin this on Kelsey. Why the fuck would I be covering?
Come on,
why
bro.
would I be covering for somebody whose lawyer is saying that her lawyer said verbatim
Kelsey did it.
Who shot Megan?
Thank
why
you.
would I cover for somebody whose lawyer is saying that about me? I'm not about to take help for that nigga. Fuck that. No.
I mean, I'm just saying it's such a coincidence that anything involving Tory in this, she can't remember or her memory is fuzzy, but anything revolving
she's involved in some way.
It could also be a lie because remember she did say she only came and said something to the police because she heard that he was saying that she saw that where he was saying that she did
But
it.
my thing is this: if she had just corroborated what she said months ago, this would have already had Tori sealed up. So this, like, she can't be protecting herself.
But
She is
that's when,
protecting
isn't that
herself.
when she talked? I don't know for sure because I only started following 5 days ago. But I'm asking. This
Y'all
is
are
a
not.
question.
Y'all are re-dragging me back into this, and it's almost 2 a.m. child.
No,
No,
just one question because y'all didn't clear this up for me. When did she say that? Because I just heard that she only what was said in court, what was said back by Byron and Esquire from Detroit. I think her name is Pam. Is that Kelsey says she only talked to the police because she heard that Tori was trying to say that she did it.
no, that's not what she said.
Mm-mm.
That's not what she said in the transcript. She said she showed up to testify or she showed up to do the interview because the prosecution showed up to her house. They brought
Right.
her a subpoena and said you have to come. So she felt
You
pressured
must.
to do it.
She's not a willing
she said-
She's not a willing witness for the
Not a willing witness. She
prosecution.
even
They
said on
dragged her.
the stand, she said, I don't want to be here right now.
Right.
And
First word.
also she said, I just lost my train of thought. Oh no, when they asked her, they were like, what's triggering you? When they asked her what's triggering you on the stand, she said Meg's lies. And the things that Meg has betrayed me, and the things that she's put out there about
She's
me.
talking about the fact that Megan said that she took the money.
Exactly.
And she said that over 2.5 years ago. I did not take any money. Now all of a sudden y'all are
Girl,
saying
I don't believe a motherfucking word out of that girl's mouth until she tells me who paid for her fucking lawyer.
I don't believe. Well, I don't know why people are trying to say that she's covering for him. If his attorney is saying that she's the
Kelsey
one who
did
I
it.
would not be trying to cover for no motherfucker.
Maybe she's stupid. But then aren't y'all the same person? Or ain't y'all the same group of people that said maybe everything is not as logical as it may seem?
I never
Criminals
said
aren't that
that.
logical.
That sure wasn't me.
That
That was
I've
Lee.
said from
Lee
day
said
I said
that.
it. I said it.
Shan,
Oh,
you
okay.
said it.
Yeah, this shit ain't logical. Show me a
I didn't say
logical
that
part of
shit.
this whole thing. Where?
I thought Lee said it, honestly.
No, Lee has
that
been logical
people.
this whole time.
I'm about to say because Lee said Ashley said that not every things that you would think make sense or why somebody would say something in your mind you would say this doesn't make sense.
And
All
I
I know
said
is
that
People
to
who are
her.
in a certain
911.
situation, they're not going to do things that make sense because they're in a situation and it makes them do things that they wouldn't normally do or say things that they wouldn't normally do.
I'm
Like
not covering for no motherfucker who's trying to pin it on me. I'm singing.
exactly. That's why I mentioned my situation because I didn't know shit. Now I just turned 18, got a job at Finish Line, and to be in someone's house in a fucking DEA busted through the goddamn townhouse, waiting on somebody who said, "Stay here. I'm gonna go get my girlfriend and get dressed for the movies." You have no fucking idea. You like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, I've been in a situation where you like this it's not making sense at all. Like I'm not understanding why you would even have us stay here. Like you're sitting here trying to get someone else in trouble. Like we don't even know you. We have nothing to do with nothing. Like what the fuck?
And none of this is logical because a logical person that just got shot or thought they got shot or thought somebody did something to hurt them is not going to not say anything once that person is gone and they're there with the police.
Exactly. When she was at the hospital, I'm like, well, you made it a point to say, oh, because police is shooting black people. I'm like, okay, so why didn't she say something at the hospital? Then I'm like, weeks and months went on and she still never said nothing. So if you were so scared for his life, why would you still continue to lie?
Mm-hmm.
They investigated you or interviewed you more than once. Why would you just not say anything and tell the truth then?
Telling the truth means that she would have to share the parts that make her look bad too, and she didn't want to do that.
And that's
I do
what
feel
don't
bad
make
for Megan
sense.
on that part.
Y'all, I got y'all. It's 1:47. I really have
Good
to go.
night.
Good
I'm
night.
dropping down.
I'm
Good night.
sorry.
Good night, Jeremy.
Good
All
night.
right. I love every single one of y'all. Once again, I do not have enough energy to do a whatchamacallit, an ending for the video, the outro. But I will say that I love all y'all, and I really do appreciate y'all being here. I hope y'all liked the video on y'all way out, but I know y'all probably didn't, but it's all right. But I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm about to go get me some because I gotta in the morning, go to work. Well, I ain't gotta go to work because I'm working from home tomorrow, but today. And then I gotta take Michael to the vet, and that's gonna be a few hours, and I gotta do my thug thizzle. All right, y'all. I love every single one of y'all. And if nobody ever told y'all are loved, y'all are important, and if I love you most importantly. And if y'all need a hug, here you go. I hope y'all felt that because I know I did. All right, y'all. Peace.